Me when I unmute me when I unmute the live stream.
True.
All right. True. I need to see how loud you are. Speak.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. Welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's.
I need to see how loud you are. Speak.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. Welcome to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Wow.
Is it good?
Wow. I sound I I sound worse when I'm on OBS than I am on CapCut, of all things. That's actually insane. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the week before again. This time a couple months ago. This time somebody else because why not? Also because why not?
Good evening, everybody. I am Bucky, otherwise known as Rolfsville on Twitter. No,
Bro said
YouTube.
Twitter.
And um, and today, this evening, I will be joining Broken in a read through of Five Nights at Freddy's the week before, the I assume newest interactive novel.
No, the first
I thought it
interact,
was new. My bad.
and the second interactive novel
The second one. And
came
why
out
did I miss out on the first one?
in September 2024. The first one is literally called Number Zero. This one is called Number One.
Oh,
So we have VIP Number Zero, and then the week before Number One, and then and then Return to the Pit Number Two, and then Escape the Pizzaplex Number Three. Or I don't know if that's the other way around. Yeah.
I see. I see. I'm gonna have to take a bit of a look into that when I get the time and the chance, because I'm sure there's probably a lot of things I am missing out on when it comes to the interactive novels. Say, are the novels themselves canon to the overall timeline?
VIP probably the week before it is canon to the games. Return to the Pit that is debatable, and Escape the Pizzaplex also debatable. But the one that is actually truly canon, or is confirmed to be canon, is the week before, as this is the week before FNAF 1.
All right, all right. I see what we got here. I suppose. Let's see here. How many people do we got here so far?
You got two.
Beautiful. That's actually beautiful. But hopefully,
So loud
I'm
going on.
uncertain if
Wait, hold on. Hold on. It's not supposed to be this loud. There we go. Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm uncertain if we can read the whole thing in one sitting, but I'm gonna try my best to ensure that we can read as much through of it as possible. Because as the old saying goes, why read a book yourself when you can have someone like yours truly read it for you? I am the audiobook of time.
Yeah, here's the thing. It is a choose your own adventure book. So it is multiple endings. So whatever ending we get is the ending we get.
Oh shit! You're telling me there's multiple endings on this book?
Yes, it is an interactive novel.
So that's the interactive of interactive novel.
Yes. And
Oh.
the first live stream, I got the basic the basic ending. So I hope you choose wisely.
Hmm. I guess I have to be a little bit of a risk taker this time around.
Exactly. How do you even get like the canon ending, which is the one where the phone guy, dies? So
Ooh. I think I'm gonna be liking this one a lot. And who knows, maybe this will be actually fun to go through, in my opinion.
possibly.
Oh yes, perchance, perchance.
Okay. Oh, I wonder if anybody else is gonna be. I don't know what I'm asking. Not asking. Like, oh, hold on. I forgot to share it out to one more thing.
Are you thinking about the server that I'm thinking of?
What? No. Oh, wait. This one? Oh, hold on.
Yeah, the normal zone. I was gonna literally about to post that. Hey, I'm in a stream with my friend here, Broken. I hope you guys can join in because I become a bit of a somewhat recognized name due to me being Roosevelt and all that stuff, which has been a very interesting experience. But I guess I might as well be one step ahead of you and stream it out in
There we go. There we go. Perfect.
there it is.
Anyways, how long is this?
Yes. Yes.
How long has this been going? Hold on. Why does this? Oh wait, I don't get it when YouTube Studio just makes it like delayed. Hold on. I don't. I don't like how they. Oh yeah, okay. It says 11 minutes. Wow. Okay, you've been stalling for 6 minutes. My fault. My fault. Anyways,
Oh yeah. Yes.
Five Nights at Freddy's, an interactive novel, the week before. Scott Cawthon and E.C. Myers, the New York Times best-selling author. That's the wrong
I
screen. I clicked. Oops. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say yeah. Truly, truly a New York Times bestseller. So since even though not all books that claim to be bestsellers are actually bestsellers.
Exactly. Hmm. Anyways, oh goodness.
Yes.
Special thanks to DJ Surf. He gets a small page. Great.
A, a small text page.
Contents, title page, dedication, intro, night 1, 12 a.m., night 2, 12 a.m., night 3, 12 a.m., night 4, 12 a.m., night 5, 12 a.m., night 6, 12 a.m., the author's series ad, and copyright.
I love my I love my series ad. That's my favorite. That's my favorite content.
I am not violating any copyright laws. I bought this book. I even have the physical edition of it. Don't sue me, Scholastic or Scott Cawthon. Please, I love your series. Anyways,
Scholastic.
yeah, Scholastic. Bro, does not know about Scholastic? The
I
biggest.
know Scholastic. I know Scholastic. I just didn't know they actually distributed this book.
They, they what the, what? They are the distributor for all Finance Phrase stuff. I mean, media for the books and whatnot. Whatever.
Oh, okay, okay, I see.
Intro. So you want to go first? I don't mind if you go first.
All right. You are Ralph, and working security at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is your dream job. At least, that's what you told him in the interview. You've been there so long, the relentlessly cheerful animatronic characters feel like old friends. You love how their antics bring. What the fuck is this word? Saccharine?
Saccharine.
Saccharine? Thank you. You love how their antics bring saccharine smiles to kids' faces. This place creates happy family memories, and you help make that possible. But all good things must come to an end. It's time to move on while you still can. This is your last week. You've already worked towards the day shift, but after a sudden staff vacancy and temporary closure, management asks you to take the night shift for a change. Letting them down is never an option. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy are Freddy Fazbear Entertainment's biggest assets. Your duty is to protect them and the restaurant's reputation. Your contract calls it a matter of life and death. You've heard rumors that the animatronics get somewhat lively after hours, but no one's better equipped to handle them than you. 22-time Employee of the Month. At Night Watchman, you will face many choices that lead to various outcomes. If you find an item that might help you do your job, write it down for later. Now for your first big decision. If you want to play on easy difficulty, add paperclip, screwdriver, and flashlight to your inventory. If you want to play on normal, start out with only your wits. You know what?
Normal, maybe.
I feel like I should be normal because I'm from Normalville, and I feel like I don't need any of those other items, personally speaking.
True. Hey, I'll read the next page. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. The security office at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is practically a second home. You spent so much of your time here over your career, probably too much time cooped up into a glorified closet, staring at a buzzing, flickering monitor until your eyes dry out. But everyone's got to make a living, and you have an 11-year-old daughter, Copelia, to provide for. You often feel like you often feel like the only thing you're good at is protecting others, even at your own expense. The, off- the office is always dark since there aren't any outside windows, but somehow at night it still manages to give you the creeps. Still manages to give you the creeps. You're probably just spooked because you're all alone in the restaurant. Aside from Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, animatronics aren't fantastic conservationalists, but boy, can they sing and dance. Of course, they've also been known to do other things. Rumor is they've become strangely aggressive lately, but surely those glitches were ironed out, or they would have reopened this place. Not that customers have exactly been flocking back just yet. After the restaurant closes and everyone is gone, the animatronics enter roaming mode and walk around to prevent their servos from locking up. You hear heavy footsteps echoing out there now. Clomp, clomp, clomp. If animatronics encounter you in the restaurant at night, they should ignore you, but your safest bet is they stay in the office until 6 a.m. when they return to the stage, enter sleep mode, and recharge. Then you can go home. Management cares about their employees, and it's time consuming and expensive to hire and train new ones, not to mention the occasional legal fees and the hassle of covering up quote unquote accidents, so they installed reinforced doors on either side of the office. In the unlucky event that an animatronic visits you here, you can open and shut the east and west doors by pressing the big red buttons in the doorways. The light switches below them illuminate the east and west halls outside your office so you can see whether anything is out there. Surviving the night probably seems like a low bar for a job, but this isn't just about collecting a check. You may have to venture out of the office from time to time. Animatronics are clumsy and mindless naturally. If they break something out there, you have to go and fix it and clean up the mess right away. So the restaurant is ready to open, just in case any customers show up. Think of the children. Of course, your number one concern is making sure nothing happens to Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and oh, don't forget Foxy. Do not forget about Foxy. There are three security monitors on the desk, but two of them are always on the fritz. Replacing them would let you see more, because management spend their money on their doors instead. You use the control panel in front of you to switch the one working display to feeds from various cameras around the restaurant. You check the stage first. Your heart pounds when you see Bonnie and Chica are gone. So that's who you heard walking around the restaurant. Freddy's just hanging up out there up on his own. Hanging out up there on his own. Great. The brown bear is dapper, as always in his black top hat and bow tie. You're glad they restored the vintage animatronic with his classic look. Freddy doesn't wander much, as if he's above all that just because he's the star of the show, or maybe he's saving his energy for something. I'm the star of the show, you tell yourself as you switch over to the Pirate Cove camera. Foxy is shy. The curtains are drawn, so he must still be back there. Before you locate Bonnie and Chica, you discover a situation that demands immediate attention. The lights in the men's restroom are out. You must replace the light bulbs before your shift ends. It's better to do it sooner or later. If you inspect the desks, Tap touch here. If you exit to the door on your left, tap touch here. If you exit to the door on your right, touch here. If you check the cameras again, touch here. I wonder. I wonder. What do you think?
Hmm. Okay, so we have we can either inspect the desk, exit through the door on the left, exit through the door on the right. You know, how about what if we what if we decide to exit through the door on our right? What if we go for the right door?
All right. Let's see. All right. Okay. Yeah. There it is. You can read this part on the left.
The restrooms are located on the east side of the restaurant, so you head through the door on your right. You glance at the rules of first safety poster as you exit the security office. You don't know why they're posted in this corner where kids shouldn't be anyway. The rules certainly don't apply to you, especially number 8, leave before dark. You laugh nervously. The hallway is decorated with cheerful stars and a checkboard stripe matching the floor tiles, but the dim light from the lone fixture overhead makes the fading decor seem almost sinister, especially the vintage character posters for Chica, Freddy, and Bonnie. What was that? You thought you heard something, but it was far off. A clanking sound. Maybe from the kitchen? The kind of sound a 6-foot tall animatronic might make if it knocked a metal pot off the counter? You pause and strain your ears to listen, but you hear nothing more. You reach the dining area. An overhead light illuminates the 6 lawn tables already prepped for a party with confetti tablecloths and party hats lined up. You start to make your way to the restrooms, but you freeze at the sound of slow, heavy footsteps. If you hide under a table, tap here. If you hurry toward the bathroom, if you knock over a table as a distraction, tap here.
Hmm.
You know, I think I think I have an amazing, beautiful idea.
What?
What if we knock over a table as distraction? What if we
Hmm.
just knock over a
I
table?
don't remember the choice I made that got me killed. So let's see.
I don't remember the choice that got me killed.
Okay, on the left. Okay, yeah, I'll read this. You don't like being out in the open here. If you can make it to the restroom, you can try to block the door to keep the animatronics out while you replace the light bulbs. You race toward the restroom, the rubber soles of your shoes squeaking on the red and blue vinyl tiles. But remember, the animatronics are surprisingly fast when they want to be. You only make it halfway across the dining area before the powerful yellow arms grab you from behind. Your blood-curdling scream drowns out the wit of the animatronic servos and cracking bones. Game over.
Oh, okay. Don't do that next time, I guess. Oh, oh.
Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, I I read the wrong thing. My fault. I don't like I really don't like how the online version's not even like clear on what choices even.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
oh,
but
stupid.
anyways, a loud noise might distract the animatronic long enough for you to slip by. Tipping over the table will make another mess for you to clean up later. The important thing is to make sure there is a later. You have one side of the table and he flipping it, it falls with a crash, knocking over a row of plastic chairs and sending shiny paper hats flying. That should do it. You're about to dart toward the restrooms when you spot both Bonnie and Chica in your way. They see you at the same time and dash towards you. You spin and run away, right into Freddy Fazbear's crushing embrace. Okay, well, died
Well,
anyways.
fuck. We died either way.
Yeah, let's see. Skip. Okay, we exit the
Okay.
door on the right, and then
Okay. So maybe knocking over the tables, not a good idea. And I think our best bet is to probably hide under a table. I think that's gonna be the next best, because it's very clear we are not gonna outrun the animatronics. Apparently, they're very fast. So
apparently
just
hide under a
yeah,
table.
let's just hide under a table and make a safe bet.
Hold on. Okay. You scramble under a table and lie on your stomach, peering out from under the tablecloth. Wait a minute. Okay. Now you feel the vibration of footsteps as well as hear them. They plod toward the dining area. The animatronic would be moving faster if it knew your location. If you make a break for it and stay a little behind the tables, you might be able to reach the restrooms without being spotted. You can cower here silently and hope whoever it is moves on soon. If you keep waiting, tap here. If you hurry in toward the bathroom, if you have the bonus item, you may use it. Don't have the bonus item.
The
So,
bonus items. So there's
mm,
bonus items now. Okay, so we don't have the bonus item. We can only hurry to the bathroom or keep waiting.
mm.
I would personally say that maybe, considering that hurrying toward the bathroom might not exactly be the best idea. Give again, these animatronics are somehow very fast. It could be a safe bet to keep waiting, but I'm almost tempted to just hurry to the bathroom just to see what happens if we try.
I'm gonna say keep waiting too because like yeah, they might catch us. If we
They might just catch us very much, Heike.
okay, so if you keep waiting, touch here. Okay. They they say discretion is the better part of valor, so you keep hiding and waiting. Definitely not because you're too scared to budge. The footsteps cease and you wonder if the animatronic is waiting for you. You clamp a hand over your mouth and count the dried pale wads of gum stuck to the bottom of the table. 7. Gross. After several minutes, which seem more like an hour, you're pretty sure the coast is clear. From your vantage point on the floor, you don't see any oversized animal feet in your immediate vicinity. It's time to make your move. Okay, we head
We
straight
head
to the
straight to the rest.
restroom. Yep, if you check on the tabletop first. Hmm.
Mhm. Personally, I think it would probably be. I think we could probably head to the restroom. I don't think the animatronics are going to be around.
All right, head to the restroom.
Oh, I think it's
Well,
just right down there. I think.
oh, it is. Yeah.
You step into the men's restroom and shut the door. The antiseptic scent of bleach is still pervades in the air, which is far from the worst thing you whiffed in there. You try to look around, but it's still too dark with both lights out. That's why you're here. What are the odds that two bulbs would burn out at the same time? Maybe there was some kind of power surge. After all, the wiring in the building is ancient. That's probably why the cameras are always glitch and monitors in the security office keep overloading. That might even explain why some of the strange behavior exhibited by the animatronics. Unless. Anyway, you shake your head. You're in the dark when it comes to the stuff. In this case, literally, just focus on your job. You think. Focus on getting home to Copila. Everything else is a way above your pay grade. If you replace the first light bulb, tap here. If you listen at the door, tap here. And if you inspect the sink, tap here.
Hmm.
You know what? Let's inspect the sink. You never know when there might be a bonus item there. You never
Exactly,
know
and
with bonus.
bonus items are helpful. Okay, if you expect the synced, hold on.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Plink, plink, plink. A dripping faucet is so annoying you can't concentrate on anything else. You turn to your right and feel for the sinks as you edge along the wall. When you reach them, you tighten the hot and cold water taps till the drip stops. The sink is filled with water. It appears that something is clogging the drain. You probe it and feel something soft and slimy. You pry it loose and squish it in your fingers. It's slightly sticky. You raise it to your nose and sniff tentatively. Chewed gum. Ew. The obstruction removed, the water drains out of the sink, gurgling down the pipes. Add chewed gum to your inventory and turn back.
Yippee. Okay, now we can either listen at the door or replace the first light bulb.
Hmm.
I feel like we could, should we listen at the door so that way we know that this is a secure location and that there's not going to be something spooky out there waiting?
True, yeah, let's listen at the door. Okay.
Let's see here.
Where is Oh yep, down here.
Maybe the darkness is making you paranoid. You press your ear against the door and listen. If an animatronic follows you into the restroom, it won't be great for you. There is only one way out. At least I'm in the best place for a person to lose control of their bladder. You chuckle and wince as the sound of echoes around you. The restaurant sounds quiet, which oddly makes you feel even more nervous. The darkness seems to be pressing in on you, making it hard to breathe, even harder to think. Your imagination is running wild without any sensory inputs. All you want to do is replace the light bulbs and get back to the security office as quickly as possible. If you replace the first light bulb, a cheer. Oh,
Inspect the sink. Okay, yeah, so we have to replace the light bulb now. Okay.
okay.
Blah, blah, blah. Hold on, I'm trying to remember where.
I think you just need to click if you replace the first light bulb.
If you replace the first light, I am.
Oh, I think it's below the gum wrapper. Like,
How
look at
many
the
night
bottom.
watchmen does it take to change a light bulb? None. They refuse to do it because if they chase away the night, they're out of a job. True. You smile to yourselves
Guys,
as you take a detour. What the hell? Okay. You smile to yourself as you take a detour to retrieve a step stool and a new bulb from the maintenance closet. You often make up jokes in your head while you're working, and you can't wait to get home to inflict your latest creations on Capelia. She'll groan loudly and say affectionately, "Bad joke, Dad." You remind her that telling dad jokes is a mandatory requirement of all fathers, and you never shirk on your duty. The boring real answer is a question of course. 1. You finish twisting the new bulb inside the socket and say, "Let there be light," as it flickers on, casting the bathroom in its warm glow. You blink as your eyes adjust from the darkness. The white porcelain urinals and sinks are gleaming. This is the cleanest the bathroom will be all day. Once the restaurant opens and the kids are unleashed to eat and play, this can become one of the most disgusting rooms in the facility. One light down, one to go. If you replace the second light
hmm.
bulb, tap here. If you listen to at the door again, tap here. If you suspect sink, we already did that. So, replace the second
Hmm.
one or listen at the door again.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's replace the second bulb and see what
Hmm,
happens. Let's see what magic stuff just happens. Oh, I think our answer is like at the bottom right corner there.
it is.
you just you just removed the second burnt out bulb when you hear something big run up to the restroom door. Foxy. You think just before he busts the door open. The tattered crimson fox gasps at you, one eye covered with a black patch, jaw hanging slack to reveal vicious teeth. His right arm is raised threateningly with a sharp silver hook on the end,
Where is
where
Hinge?
his hand should be. Everything about this animatronic screams not for kids, which is probably why his attraction has been marked out of order for the reopening. Though, as far as you know, he's never been any kids. But now Foxy is literally screaming and rushing towards you. You hurl the light bulb in your hand at him, but it shatters harmlessly against his head, and broken shards of glass tinkle on the floor tiles. Great move. Now he's really agitated. The good news is you won't have to you won't have to clean up the mess. The bad news is you are the mess.
Yeah,
Game over.
I'm not gonna click that try again because that's gonna take us to the beginning. So I'm just gonna go back one page. There we go.
Well, good. Okay, I think we should instead listen to the door again, because I think that's the only choice we have that will work.
Yes, we do. I wonder what the chewed gum's for. I don't even remember. Is that the door again? Okay. Your caution pays off. You hear footsteps outside, moving much more quickly than Bonnie or Chica usually do, getting louder by the second. While you've been in the restroom, you have been keeping an eye on Pirate Cove. Foxy must have left his attraction. Scooby didn't hear you working in there, but he does have big ears. They're among the few parts that still function on the battered old animatronic. Yeah, he's on his way to the restroom right now, and you don't have much time before he gets to you. Barricade the door, touch here, hide in the stall. Touch here.
Well, considering the fact that now we know these animatronics are fast, and we also know these animatronics are kind of strong. If we know, especially Foxy, he's a real tough bastard. So, is barricading the door really gonna do much?
I don't think so.
My answer, yeah, that's what I'm saying. My answer is I probably don't think barricading the door is gonna be the best idea. So I feel like the only realistic chance we have is to hide in a stall and hope that Foxy just gives up searching for us.
Alright, hide in the stall.
Hide. You have to hide. You can't fit in the maintenance closet. It's too small and cramped full of mops. Wait. Am I reading right?
Yes.
Oh. Oh. The next stall over is open. Wait. Wait
What?
on.
You are reading it right.
The only option is to duck into one. Oh, I'm stupid. You can't fit in the maintenance closet. It's too small and crammed full of mops, buckets, and cleaning supplies. Your only option is to duck into one of the stalls and stand on the toilet, like you did in elementary school when you needed to get away from mean kids. Now that you think about it, maybe that's one of the reasons why you became a security guard. So you can help those who can't help themselves. Of course, you imagine that you would be armed in order to protect and serve, but weapons of any kind aren't allowed at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Nothing kills a kid's party more than seeing someone with a taser hanging out in the corner, even if he is the good guy. You dash to the first bathroom stall, but find that it's locked from the inside. It's secured with a simple slide boot latch. You might be able to get it open if you had something thin enough to fit between the door and jab. If you barricade the restroom door, tap here. If you try the next stall over, tap here. If you have a paper clip and want to use it, tap here.
No, we don't.
Okay, so, well, fuck. I guess, well, shit. I don't think we have enough time to, go to the next stall over, given the fact if you literally look down, that kind of just leads to us dying. Which is,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I guess we have to barricade the door.
Alright, barricade the restroom door. Oh, there it is. You can't lock the door because kids always find a way to get themselves trapped inside the restroom, so you look around for something to shove it against it. The trash can doesn't look heavy enough and you're out of time. Foxy is outside. The door moves inward and you lean your back against it, pushing it closed again with all your might, as if your life depends on it, which it does. The light bulb you just changed starts flickering as Foxy's metal hook bangs and scrapes against the door. Each impact, and it sends a jolt through your body, vibrating in your bones. You hope Foxy will just go away, but he keeps pounding on the door and screeching. Sweat pours down your face and your feet slide on the slick tiles. You're losing your grip on the bathroom door and on reality. The door opens enough to let him get his metal hook inside. The pointed tip is an inch away from your right eye. All you have to do is hold the door until 6 a.m. Unfortunately, you can't even hold it for 6 seconds. Okay, so we are kind of
Oh,
screwed about the
oh,
paperclip.
oh, so we're fucked. So we kind of fucked.
Hmm.
Okay, then. I guess we probably have to. I think that means
restart
we have to go.
and go back. And okay, yep.
Yay. Well, I guess back to the very first choice we had at the beginning.
Okay, if you access the right door on your right and hide under a table and keep waiting. If we okay, yep, here it is. If we check the tabletop first,
That's probably the yeah. Yep. We probably do check the tabletop first.
you crawl from under the table and grab it to pull yourself up. Your legs are a bit shaky. There isn't a lot on the table. The flimsy white vinyl tablecloth is decorated with colorful confetti. It's disposable, so after a party, the staff can just scoop up all of the plates, food scraps, and other detritus and toss it all into a garbage bag. It's wasteful, but it's faster and cheaper than having to launder dozens of fabric tablecloths post children's birthday parties every single day. White pointed party hats with different colored stripes are lined up in the middle of the table. Something shiny catches your eye, a foil gum wrapper. You sigh and slip it into a pocket to discard later. People just leave their trash wherever they feel like it. This would have happened in the old days when working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza was a bad badge of honor. The franchise has truly fallen on hard times thanks to its pernicious rumors about missing kids and the lingering bad press from the bite of '87. If only the victim
Was
could
that the
tell what he if only the victim could tell what he did to provoke the attack, but he doesn't talk anymore or do much else. The press completely blew the incident out of proportion, and the place hasn't been the same since. That makes it a little easier for you to be moving on. You're going to be a model employee right up to the end. Add gun wrapper to your inventory. Touch here. Okay.
yippee?
And then we listen at the door and we inspected the sink, so chewed gum, replaced the first light bulb. Yep.
And then we're gonna have to alrighty. So then we're gonna have to replace the alright, so we did replace the first bulb. Then we have to replace the so we have to go instead to listen to the door again. Because I remember that's what we did before Foxy started showing up. So I guess we're gonna have to barricade the door right from the get-go. Because well, it's the only other option I have.
Hold on. If you listen to the door again, yeah, barricade the door. Yep. Can't lock the door. Okay,
Oh. Oh, we're at a dead end, are we?
hide in the stall.
Oh wait, it's all
Try
over.
the next stall. If you barricade the rest, yeah, we already tried that. Try
Yeah,
the next
and plus
stall
we can see
over.
it. It
Yep,
just
we're gonna
makes
have
it
to start
easier.
over. Yep. Okay. Okay.
Okay,
If you
so I
inspect the
think
desk,
I think we should probably inspect the desk just in case, because again, you never know when you might get that bonus item that you never had before.
okay, yep, it is
Oh,
literally the next.
all right, let me do this. The new day shift security guard left quite a mess. Scrunched up food wrappers and empty soda cups everywhere. You know it can be hard to stay awake while watching cameras for 6 hours, but there's an unspoken rule in this office. Keep it clean for the next person. You're going to have to leave a passive aggressive note before you finish tonight. They'll never make Employee of the Month with an attitude like that. Just because we don't often meet our fellow employees doesn't mean we aren't part of the same fat, friendly Fazbear family. It's important to have some pride and consideration. This is one of the reasons you agreed to record those training videos for new hirees and leave phone messages as part of the orientation. Oh my god, he has. If it helps you feel a connection to the other guards. You hope hearing a calm voice helps them keep a level head when things get tense. And it's nice to know that even after you leave this job, part of you will always remain here. You yank open the top metal drawer, and yep, more trash. You pluck out the crumbled up balls of paper and soda cups and spot something small and shiny at the bottom of the desk. A paperclip. Those always come in handy. You slip in your pocket and finish tidying up the office. All those soda cups remind you about the restroom and those broken lights you have to take care of. Add paperclip to your inventory. Yippee! We have a paperclip now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Yep.
all right.
Okay. Yep.
So,
On
me
the right.
personally, wait, personally, What if we check the door on the left? Hypothetically.
Okay, let me just read this. Eager to fix the restroom lights and get back to keep watch. You head out the office through the west door. It's pretty dark in the hallway, but you have the layout memorized, even after recent renovations. They can move things around a lot here a lot, maybe to confuse the animatronics. There's a plate glass that's just ahead on your left. You want to stop there to pick up some fresh light bulbs, since the bathrooms are always stocked. You need to make a second trip. You yank the door open. You yank the door open and try to step inside the closet, but you bump into something big, solid, furry, wearing a
That's
blood
me!
red bow tie. Bonnie, recall your raising your hands in a futile defensive gesture. An ear-splitting shriek cuts through the night as 6 foot plus rabbit lunges from the shadows. The last thing you see before everything goes black is a massive jaw snapping open and shut.
Oh, so that was the absolutely worst idea since we get killed immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just check the cameras. I
Check the
guess that's the
cameras
only thing.
again. Okay.
The most, the most FNAF tradition of all time. All right, where is it? It's always a good idea to check the monitors to see where the animatronics are at any given time, especially if you're thinking about leaving the office. You quickly check through the camera feed. Freddy's on the stage, but he's moved since the last time you looked into him. He's facing the camera now. His eyes seemingly gaze into your soul as if to say, I know that you're watching. You shudder. Who watches the Watcher? White eyes peer from behind the curtain in Pirate Cove and then blink out. Not so fast, Foxy. You can't find Chicken anywhere, but the camera in the kitchen has been broken for a while. If only audio picks up, it only picks up audio, no video. Something is in there, rattling pots and pans and banging cabinet doors. The giant yellow chicken is a ferocious appetite. Sounds like she's a bit peckish and looking for a midnight snack. Bonnie? Where's Bonnie? There! In the West Hall, heading towards the security office. Turn
Turn
back.
back. Okay. And now we gotta go to the right. We're on the right. Oh, bozo. Hide under the table. Hide under the table. Keep waiting.
And then, of course, we got to the most odd tradition of checking the tabletop to get the gum
So,
wrapper.
paperclip gum wrapper, and then head straight to the restroom. Listen at the door. Place the first light bulb, and then we got the chewed gum, and then replace the
We
first
gotta,
light bulb. Blah blah, and then
we gotta
listen
listen to
at
the
the
door.
door again.
And then we find out that, oh shit, Foxy's coming for us.
Hide in the stall.
We gotta hide in the stall because that's the only thing we can really do. Then we click hide in the stall, and then we find out, oh shit, we gotta the barricade goes. But oh, what's this? Since we now have the paper clip, now we can actually use the paper clip. So let's tap that and see what we gotta do.
Yep.
Did you read last time or did I read last time?
You read it last time. So, you check your
Your
pockets
turn.
for the paper clip you found earlier. Got it. You straighten out the wire, then bend one end of it up in a right angle. Foxy's the only one at the hook now. You insert your new makeshift tool between the door and frame it and fiddle around. It only takes you a second to catch the knob of the bolt and slide the lock open. The door swings out towards you. You slip into the stall and pull the door closed. You don't believe this. The door won't stay shut. The, sl- the slide bolt is jammed now. Oops, and you can't lock the door. What rotten luck. Foxy's footsteps stop right outside the restroom. What now?
All right.
If you have
So,
chewed gum and want to use it, tap touch here. Hold the
now
door shut.
considering the fact, Broken, that if we try to next all over, Foxy's probably gonna bust the door open and put a hook up our ass. And if we try to hold the door shut, our strength can only do so much. What if we did just decide to use the chewed gum to make it look like the door is closed? I think this. Let's just try to do that one.
Okay.
You pull the wad of chewed gum from your pocket and pick lint off it. It's still soft and it's slightly sticky. You wedge it into the door and lock the door stay in the lock, and the door stays closed. You sigh with relief and crouch on the toilet, tucking your feet under you and out of view. The restroom door creaks open and bumps against the wall. Someone is there in the doorway, waiting, watching, waiting. Somehow you manage to remain perfectly still, and eventually, whoever it is leaves. If you open the door and look outside, tap here. And if you
Hmm.
peek under the stall, tap here.
Hmm.
Now, on the one hand, I feel like peeking under the stall won't hurt. But on the other hand, we could probably just open the door and look outside. It doesn't look that bad.
I say open the door and look outside. Right.
Detective's right there.
You quietly open the stall door and tiptoe to the door. The heavy footsteps are growing more distant. You take a quick look outside the restroom and see Foxy ambling to the dining area on his way back to Pirate Cove. You wipe a sleeve across your damp brow. Whew, that was close. Your fingers ache and twitch from holding the stall door closed. You're going to file a very stern complaint letter to the maintenance staff for leaving the stall door broken until the next shift. You check your watch, it's just after 4 a.m. You still have a job to do. Okay. Right. Okay. You replace the second. Okay. Well,
All right, back to me. Let's see. If you replace the second light bulb, what's this?
I'm trying to see like if you.
Oh, that's the. I think that's the option if we just peek under the stall. I believe.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All right. If you replace the second bulb, touch here. If you look inside the second bathroom stall, I feel we should just get this over with and get the second bulb replaced.
Yeah, it's down here.
You replace the second light bulb even faster than the first. The later it gets, the more dangerous it is to be outside the security office. You haven't been watching the cameras, but you have to assume all the animatronics are walking around now. With the bathroom once again bright and cheerful, you can head back to safety, but getting there will be very unsafe. You return the step stool into the maintenance closet and dispose of the old burned out bulbs in the trash. You glimpse your reflection in the wide mirror. You look terrible. The light reveals deep shadows under your eyes. Transitioning from the day shift to the night shift is already starting to fatigue you, making you question what's real and what isn't. At least it's only for a week. And
And then
then
you
you can
can.
rest as much as you watch, as much as you want before diving back to your job search. A position is opening up for a security guard at your daughter's school, and you really hope you get it. But middle schoolers can be just as difficult to handle as animatronics. In some ways, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy are just big, terrifying kids. Yeah, I guess the difference is one of them tries to kill you, and the others mildly annoy you, or the other one's mildly inconvenience you. So really, what's the difference? You hope you don't run into any of them on your way back to the office. Better hurry. Your shift's almost over. If you leave the restroom right away, clip here. If you listen to the door, tap here. I think we should at the very least listen at the door and not just immediately Leroy jinking in it.
Yeah. Let's listen to the door. Okay.
If there's any, if there's anything we've learned.
You're itching to get moving, but you press your ear to the bathroom door and listen. It sounds quiet out there. You grab the handle and are about to open the door when you glance down. Faint light from the dining area seeps in from under the door, but it's interrupted by two shadows. Those could be feet, you think. Really big feet. The moment stretches out for a long time. Your knuckles are white. Oh, excuse me. You're gripping the door handle so tightly, but then the shadows are gone and you hear footsteps moving away. You've been breathing shallowly this whole time, worried you'd be heard. So you take in a deep breath. It's now or never. Touch here.
All right. Let's see here.
Oh yeah.
You sneak back to the security office without encountering any more animatronics. By the time you get there, it's 5:45 a.m. Your shift's almost over. You check the cameras to your relief. Bonnie, Chica, and Freddy are all present on the stage, and the curtain is drawn at Pirate Cove. Previous night watchmen reported the animatronics behaving strangely, but like everyone else, you dismiss their wild stories. Sometimes people fall asleep staring at the camera feeds and they imagine things, bolstered by the old rumors and stories. The mind can be a funny thing, making it hard to distinguish hallucinations from reality. Now you feel bad for not believing them. And you know that if you tell others about what happened tonight, they won't believe you either. Perhaps they would even discourage you from talking about what you've seen. You would never do anything that would harm Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. You've put too much of your time in. You've put too much time in. Put so much of yourself into the job that you're practically a part of it yourself. You've never pictured yourself leaving, but it seems like the best time to go, especially considering everything that had happened tonight. Just 4 more shifts left. You can do this. If you tidy up before the end of your shift, tap here. If you sit down and wait for 6 a.m., tap here. If you have the bonus item, you may use it. However, I don't think we have a bonus item because really, I'm just saying, like, I don't think we have the bonus item broken.
Yeah, I don't think we do either.
So, I guess we can tidy up before the end of our shifts. That would be a decent idea.
True. Let's tidy up. Tap here. Touch here. Okay. You start putting the security office back together the way it should be for the next shift. You toss all the garbage from the desk into the trash can, decide out those food wrappers and soda cups hit your stomach growling. You haven't eaten in the last 6 hours. You clear out junk from the yellow lockets at the back of the room as well, including a year-old packet of toaster pastries that you choke down anyway because you're that hungry. Yum. You. You returned to the desk 5 minutes ago. You click through the cameras. The animatronics are still where they belong. Already the events of the night are starting to seem like just a bad dream. Your attention falls on the poster behind the TV. Celebrate. It implores it it what the hell? It implores in bright bubble letters above a group photo of Bonnie, Freddy, and Chica. These lovable characters couldn't be capable of the horrors you just experienced, could they? Maybe they just been misinterpreting everything. A place can have that effect on people when it's late, and tired and hungry, and lonely. You stare at the image while moving your head from side to side. From some angles, it looks like there's a bulge on the paper. Before you can investigate, a red light starts blinking on the telephone. Hmm.
Hmm. If you investigate the poster, tap here. If you investigate the phone, tap here. If you wait for for the end of your shift, tap here. Honestly, I think we might want to check the poster. There might be something there that we can, maybe use.
Hmm. We guess to investigate the poster. There we go.
You lean over your desk to get a closer look at the poster. There's definitely a bump on the wall under Freddy Fazbear's nose, giving it a 3D effect. There's one thing you've always wanted to do to Freddy, but the piece of place has rules, and you're a sticker for those rules. You even wrote some of them. Number 6, don't touch Freddy. You poke your index finger at Freddy's nose and are surprised to hear a honk. Even more surprising, something behind the poster falls to the floor with a soft clatter. You push your chair out of the way and crawl under the desk. It's even more disgusting down here, with crumbs and something dark and sticky on the dingy old carpet. It's just so you tell yourself, wiping the palm of your hand vigorously on your pants. Okay, then. Way at the back, you find a thin plastic card lying next to the wall. You haven't seen one of those in a long time. They stopped issuing them to employees because there was so much turnaround. This is one of the old security badges, but the face and name have been scratched out. Who was this? And who hid it here? Add ID to your inventory and tap back, and we're back up there. So the only thing we could do is either check the phone or wait to the end of your shift.
Hmm. Okay. So we did not check the phone. Oh,
We don't
buzzer.
check the phone.
We did not check the phone.
I guess we can only do one or the other.
You watch the clock on the desk as the numbers slip over from 5:59 to 6 a.m. Yay, you survived your first night at Freddy's. All is quiet as you leave the security office and pass through the restaurant. You step outside and take in the fresh, cool air, happy and grateful to be alive. Even the early morning light seems too bright after the darkness of the pizza place. You lose all sense of time in there, since most of the windows are in different parts of the restaurant. There isn't a cloud in the sky. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Too bad you have to sleep through most of it once you send Coppelia off to school, and then it won't be long before you're back here for your second night. Who knows what that will bring? You walk over the restaurant, wave goodbye to the sleeping animatronics inside, and head home. Tap cheer.
Yippee!
Okay.
When you get back at 6:30 a.m., you wish you could go to bed. But your day isn't over yet. Now it's time for your second, but most important job, parenting. This one is full-time and pays nil, but you wouldn't have it any other way. However, getting your 11-year-old daughter, Copelia, up and ready for school is more challenging than anything Freddy Fazbear Pizza could throw your way. You peek into her bedroom and see her still snoozing peacefully. But books are scattered across her bedspread and on the floor, and an open one lies her chest, rising and falling with her steady breathing. She was clearly up late last night, reading as usual. You laugh a little when you see drool in the corner of her mouth and a damp spot on her pillowcase. I wish I had a camera, you think. So you study a little longer, trying to hold on to this memory for later. You go into your kitchen to make breakfast, intentionally banging pots and pans around as you cook eggs and bacon. You can't help but think of Chica, and you force the thought away. You're off the clock now, and you will not let the animatronics live rent-free in your head. The combination of Copila's alarm clock and the aroma of bacon is enough to wake her up. She puts pads on. She puts she pads out into the kitchen and in her rocket ship pajamas, hair a tangled mess, and her face lights up when she sees you. "Miss me, huh?" you said, twirling your spatula. "No, I just love bacon so much." She gives you a hug, and by extension, the person making it for me. You laugh. "But seriously, I missed you," she says. "While you were sleeping? Especially then. I never sleep well when you are home. I hate leaving you, but it's just for this week." She sees the concern on your face and puts a hand over her mouth. "Oh, Dad, I didn't mean to guilt trip you. I'm fine, really. Miss Andrews always looks in on me, and she hears everything that goes on around here." That's an understatement. You smile. You're grateful to have someone close to you by to watch the house when you're away, but you're never worried that Copella will get into any trouble on her own. If anything, she's keeping an eye on kindly Miss Andrews, who had sadly lost her own daughter at a young age years ago, and has been overprotective of neighborhood kids since. Coppelia reaches for the tray of cooked bacon. You slap her hand away. You are not getting one slice of bacon until you're dressed for school. She sticks her tongue out and disappears into her room. Coppelia comes back in record time with her hair neatly tied in a ponytail, a bedazzled purple t-shirt, tights, and a jean jacket. She sits down and you put a heaping amount of bacon on her plate that she immediately starts shoveling into her mouth. "How was work?" she asks. "Uneventful." You lie. "Sounds like my dream job," she says, sitting at a desk in the middle of the night. pushing buttons. I would catch up on so much reading until bedroom kills me. You would not be killed by boredom at Freddy's, you say. And promise me, you'll never work there. She laughs. Okay, sure. Now, how was your day? You catch up with each other while you eat breakfast. Then she notices the time on the Kit Kat clock and jumps. My bus! She shoves another piece of bacon in her mouth and grabs her backpack by the kitchen door. She rummages around it. Prud, do you have a pen? I have to finish my homework on the bus. Raise an eyebrow. Why did you do it last night? Because I couldn't find my pen. Keep up, Dad.
We don't have the ballpoint
Ooh.
pen.
Oh, ooh. We don't have
I
the
gotta
ballpoint pen.
tell her to borrow a pen. Elbows.
Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna have to tell her to borrow the pen. Tell her to borrow a pen. Oh, night 2 already.
Okay. So wait. So it just okay. It doesn't tell her to borrow a pen. It just kicks us to elbows. Kicks us to
I'm sorry,
night
that's really
two.
funny. We just tell her, fuck you, borrow a pen. And then it's just immediately off to night 2. I can just
Okay.
imagine how that would look. It's just, hey, you're gonna have to borrow a pen. And just abruptly cuts to night 2, 12 a.m.
All right. You
Back to you.
yawn. You yawn. Time to make the donuts. You usually start your shifts repeating the well-known catchphrase from those donut commercials, but there aren't any coworkers here to laugh along with you. Why would they ever laugh? Yeah. The only people who ever laughed were the new hires the first time you said it, and they were only being polite since they thought you were their boss. But you're nothing if not consistent. It's easy to do the right thing every day at work here, but at night, it's hard to know what the right thing to do is. You're in unfamiliar territory. Fortunately, you're not only consistent, you're persistent. You never give up trying until you get the job done. You hope that's one of the better questions. Qualities Capellia picks up from you. You also hope that you'll be around for a long time to teach your daughter even more lessons about how to live and survive in the world as she grows up. As much as you love this job, you want more for your future than a dead-end career as security guard. Ooh. Oh goodness. Oh, my throat. Most importantly, you hope that if anything happens to you on a job, she stays far away from Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. You check the show stage camera, touch here. Check the area camera, touch here. But check the restrooms camera, touch here. Hmm. Hmm.
Well, personally speaking, I really don't know if we should. I think we should check the show stage. That's probably like the first camera most people check anyway when they do the real deal and all that shit. So let's do that.
Okay, check the show stage. Literally the
It's right
first.
there.
Yeah. All right. I'll do this
You
one since
punch the
you. I'll do this one since you literally read 3 pages.
a lot. Okay, fair enough.
You punch the button for the show stage. Freddy and Chica are both there as they should be, but Bonnie has already left. No, wait, Bonnie's still there, most of him anyway. His body is on the stage, but his head is gone. Who would steal the head of an animatronic bunny? Punk kids, you'd think. Daredevil teens from the high school and community college sometimes try to break into the restaurant. If they succeeded, they would want to bring back a souvenir of their quote unquote bravery. You laugh, imagining someone shouting, "Bring me the head of Bonnie the Rabbit." Of course, if anyone actually succeeded in breaking into Freddy Fazbear's Pizza after hours, they would be the ones in danger of losing their heads, figuratively and literally. But this is no laughing matter. Have a real problem now. You have to find and reattach Bonnie's head before the place opens in the morning. As terrifying as animatronics can be, it's sometimes to be to some young children. They'll really freak out if they're greeted by the headless one, or maybe no one would notice. Check the dining area camera. Check the restrooms camera. Check the backstage camera. Hmm.
How about we start off with the backstage camera?
All right. Backstage.
Okay,
Yeah.
you switch over to the
Over here.
oh. Maybe maintenance had to remove Bonnie's head to work on it, and no one told you. No one ever tells you anything. If so, the head would probably be in the parts and service area behind the building. You switch over to the backstage camera. A large metal exoskeleton rests at the end of the work table. You see masks for Chica and several variations of Freddy, but no Bonnie head. Power cables dangle down from the ceiling. That's a fire hazard if I ever saw one, you think. You consider raising your concern with management, but they hardly ever take employee suggestions. A little voice inside you said it might not be a bad thing if this place burned down, as long as it doesn't happen until after you collect your last paycheck, and no one, human at least, is in the building at the time. You also notice an empty Freddy Fazbear costume propped up in the corner. At least, you assume it's empty. You're curious, but not curious enough to go back and check. The camera pans from one room for the room once more, and you notice there are no parts for Foxy the Pirate back there. Wait, fuck, Foxy! You quickly switch over to the Pirate Cove camera. The curtain is wide open, and the cover in the cove is empty. Well, but fuck you, too late. Foxy runs towards your office. Foxy bursts inside and screams in your face.
Wah, wah,
Game over.
wah. Try
Okay,
this that
never mind.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Okay, so back to where we
Show
last left off.
stage. Hmm.
So I guess instead of checking the backstage, I guess the dining area,
All
since that's
right.
closer to the cove.
You punch a button for the dining area, just like last night. The tables are set for a big party with tablecloths and party hats all laid out. I wonder if the room was used at all. It looks exactly the way it did yesterday, as if nothing has been touched. Or the staff is simply meticulous about placing everything exactly where it should be. When you do the same job day in and day out for years, you get pretty good at it. There is one thing out of the ordinary. Bonnie's head is on one of the tables, between the party tables. Is in one of the aisles between the party tables. Must have fallen off and rolled down there. It's it's a good thing that happened after hours because nothing sets off customers more than a malfunctioning animatronic. Head detaching and bouncing off the stage would probably result in some kids needing therapy, not to mention their parents. Are Bonnie's eyes looking at you? The head is laying on its side, but his eyes are trained right on the security camera. Is it a warning? A cry for help? You shake your head, but it's just an optical illusion, and indeed, when you look back at the monitor, Bonnie's eyes are looking in a different direction. You go reattach Bonnie's head and make sure this doesn't happen again, especially during a performance. Hmm.
Okay, so knowing that. Okay, so I'm just gonna make this assumption, fully knowing that Foxy is probably itching to come out of the closet, come out of his closet and coming out to kill us. I think it would be a bit of safer if we go out the right door rather than the left one.
You might be right. Okay. If you okay, at right door.
All right, let's see here.
Wait, hold on.
Where
What the
is it?
hell? Try to find it too.
Oh, it's right there above. Go to dining area. Below, go to dining area. Which
Ah,
I am surprised. All right. You arrive at the dining area. Bonnie's head is lying on the floor, staring vacantly at the stars and streamers hanging from fuck. You arrive at the dining area. Bonnie's head is lying on the floor, staring vacantly at the stars and streamers hanging from the ceiling. But something else catches your attention. The doors to party rooms 1 and 2 are closed. Those were previously open when you saw them on camera, but the feed in that section is notoriously glitchy. It's possible you didn't see them clearly the first time. You're the night watchman, so you should check out anything suspicious, and this is definitely suspicious. Those party rooms are a perfect hiding place, and it's not like animatronics. It's not like animatronics to go around opening and closing doors. You still have to take care of Bonnie, but it's not like his head is going anywhere. So much for an uneventful night. If you go get Bonnie's head, tap here. If you check out party room 1, tap here. Personally, knowing how this is probably working so far, I think if we check party room 1, we just might find a bonus item. One of the meticulous bonus items, as they all say.
maybe.
So why don't we check out the party room one?
All right. Party room one. Oh. You open the door to party room one and turn on the lights. It's basically a miniature version of the dining area for private birthday parties or overflow space. When someone hosts a party here, they get a visit from Freddy, Bonnie, or Chica as part of the package, but they rarely use Freddy for such functions. So it's also company policy to have a security guard posted in each room while the animatronic is present. Duty often performed, but that was before the restaurant closed. Since it reopened, these rooms haven't been needed, and of course, you're on the night shift now. Everything seems quite ordinary inside. Two long tables are covered in white tablecloths decorated with colorful confetti. Cone-shaped cardboard party hats are lined up on each table, waiting to be onto rambunctious kids. You smile, thinking back on better times. For a while, you would have said Freddy Fazbear's Pizza was the happiest place on earth if you weren't worried about infringing on trademark. Disney. Approaching steps snaps you back to the moment and reminds you of how much this place has changed. You consider hiding, but you have plenty of time to check out Party Room 2 where the animatronic reaches you. If you hide in Party Room 1, tap here. If you open Party Room 2, tap here.
Okay, so considering the fact that party room one has basically nothing, let's just check out party room two. You know, just this.
Okay, open Party Room 2.
You hustle over to party room two and open the door, or try to. It's locked. You're not even sure who has the key to this door. These rooms aren't usually locked. Naturally, now you're even more curious about what or who this might be inside. The footsteps are closer. They're coming from the direction of the show stage, but you can't tell which animatronic it is. You hope you don't find out. Unless you can figure out how to get inside this room, your only option is to try to get back to the adjacent party room and hide there instead. If you hide inside party room 1, ooh, if you have an ID card, you may use it. I think I know what I gotta do. You know what we gotta do. You know what we gotta do. We gotta use the ID card. We gotta use the ID card.
Alright, you still have ID card, touch here. Hmm. In
Alright, so right there. Yeah.
in movies, people use credit cards to jimmy open and lock doors. You pull out the ID card you found earlier. The thin plastic is flexible, sturdy enough that you should be able to slide it in between the door and the frame and push open the latch. But you have to be quick, the animatronic is almost here. It actually works! The door opens and you duck inside the room and close the door behind you. The footsteps go right past and fade away. You swipe sweat from your forehead. You switch on the lights and look around. What was so important about this room? There's no one here. It's practically a mirror image of Party Room 1 with a striped tablecloths instead of white and with striped tablecloths instead of white and party hats that are decorated with confetti. Also has a wide window looking out at the tree line behind the restaurant and the mountains beyond that. Only it's dark now, so all you see in the room is the room reflected in the glass. You hardly recognize yourself or the fear in your face. You turn around, you turn your attention back to the table as one of the party hats is slightly out of alignment with the others. You nudge it back into place, but meet some resistance. Something's under the hat. You lift up the paper cone and find a Fazbear Entertainment branded Zippo lighter. Someone must have left it after lighting birthday candles. Tisk tisk. Add the lighter to your inventory and go get Bonnie's head. Okay. Lighter.
Oh, beautiful. We got new item! New item! Alright, back to
Okay.
Bonnie's head, I guess. Bonnie's head is what you came for. You walk over to pick it up. Oof, it's heavier than it looks, and something sticky leaks onto your hands. Machine oil. Hopefully, you're glad it didn't leave it a mess on the floor. Even after all this time, this is the closest you've been to an animatronic. One reason being the smell. These things haven't been washed in ever. There's something sharp and sour about the stench, like food left out to rot or roadkill. You wrinkle your nose. It's very unpleasant. You've also never touched an animatronic before, which of course is strongly discouraged. The fur is matted and kind of greasy. There are probably things crawling inside of it. You don't want to hold on to this thing any longer. You have to. You turn it around. You turn it around your hands until Bonnie is looking at you. Let's get you patched up, you say. Bonnie's eyes linked and swivel toward you. You are so startled, you almost drop the head. It probably just happened because you were moving it around. You look up the stage. Bonnie's torso is still up there, and so is Freddy Fazbear, but Chica's now gone. Should you try and reattach the head, or look for tools and instructions at parts and servers behind the stage?
Hmm. The hell?
You know, on the one hand, I feel like if we go up on stage, I just have this feeling that something bad might happen. Like, what if Freddy activates and he like does something bad, or what if like Bonnie, Bonnie just like does something. I don't know. I don't want to. What do you think?
Yeah, I say go backstage. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to backstage.
Backstage to parts and service.
Yippee!
Open the door at the back of the stage marked employees only. Though you're an employee, you never needed to go back here before. You step into the backstage area, what staff is taken to referring to as parts and service. PNS. It's dark and practically shouts, "This area is off limits." Okay, Glamrock Chica. Um, it feels wrong and a little dangerous to be back here. Look around for something useful to help you reattach Bonnie's head properly. I use your manual. I use your manual. Will be nice. An endoskeleton sits on the end of the workbench next to a screwdriver, perhaps intended for the empty Freddy Fazbear suit tucked into a corner. Another empty Freddy head rests on the other end of the workbench. There are several Freddy heads here. They're old design. Some of them don't have eyebrows or have a slightly different shape. There's also a cheek head on the shelf, and next to it is a flashlight. What about Foxy? You don't see any of his parts back here. As if he summoned him, you hear heavy footsteps running toward the room. You have to find something to defend yourself with, or take your chances and hide. You grab the screwdriver, grab the flashlight, you put on the Freddy head. Now what do we know about Foxy?
If there's one thing we know about Foxy, it's that for one, a screwdriver is probably not gonna do shit. And the second thing we know is that Freddy heads never fucking work on Foxy. If there's anything I've known from playing so much damn Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and by that I haven't played it a few months. I know at least enough to know the Freddy head is never going to work on Foxy. So we can only do the tried. So we gotta do it Foxy the old-fashioned way and grab the flashlight.
Alright, grab the flashlight. Hmm.
All right. Oh, it's right down there, below the game over. You dash towards the shelves and pick up the flashlight just as Foxy bursts into the room. You whirl around and press a button on the flashlight. Luckily, the batteries inside still work. A bright beam comes across the dark room and shines on Foxy's face. You thought maybe you would blind him temporarily so you can slip by, but the light seems to mess him up. He freezes in place, servos clicking in confusion. You hope you won't get in trouble for breaking Foxy. You don't know how long he'll be like this, so you decide to get a move on. You need to reattach Bonnie's head and get back to the security office. It will only become more dangerous to be out here as the night progresses, especially when Foxy reboots. What did I tell you? Add flashlight and screwdriver to your inventory and return to the show stage.
The first time I read this book, I went to Freddy Head because I thought, oh, duh, because Freddy Head's work animatronics. But then I forgot that it was Foxy, and I regretted
You
it immediately because you.
Yes, I think. Damn, even in the moment you just forgot that. Wait, you forgot FNAF 2 logic. You forgot the Fight as a Freddy's 2 logic. Freddy heads never work on Foxy. Alright, tab
Alright.
intense here.
Okay.
Alright, so now that we got the screwdriver and shit, now we just gotta go up on stage.
You climb up onto the show stage and look out, imagining an audience of boisterous kids and frazzled parents. Oh, my throat. Imagining an audience of boisterous kids and frazzled parents, staff and customers are not allowed up here. The last time a kid found his way up on stage during a performance, you shudder. That's what liability waivers are for. Last time a kid found his way on stage during performance, that was the bite of 83. Where Cheeky
Guys,
usually
I,
stands. Hmm? Hmm?
I was gonna say, was that the bite of 83?
The bite of 87?
Was that the bite of 87? Anyway.
Where Cheeky usually stands, you see a metal plate. The animatronics recharge on those at night through battery terminals on their feet. You gently place Bonnie's head back on his body. The animatronics deserve your respect. You think about it, you wouldn't have a job without them. They have some flaws, but they brought so much happiness to families over the years. The fact that that fact needs to be weighed against their actions. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes, right? Bonnie's head wobbles. You can't leave him like this. It seems you can tighten it by turning it, but which way? Left or right? Does it matter? You probably can't make him any worse. Maybe you should pop backstage to see if there are some instructions. You're just a security officer. You aren't trained to repairing animatronics, and if you do this incorrectly, you could lose your job earlier than planned, or worse. Hmm.
Alright. So, personally speaking, I think. I personally think that we probably. I think by this point, I think there's a decent chance that Foxy is probably not in the backstage anymore. But there is no guarantee that he. But there's no guarantee that he will probably find his way in on. What if, hypothetically, unfortunately, we don't have the bonus item. I don't know what the bonus item is. I'll have to figure that out later. But let's see. We could go backstage, screw his head to the right, or screw his head to the left. What if we go backstage?
All right. Go backstage. Was it you or me?
I think it is me. Because if I remember the last one. Wait a minute.
This is literally the.
Oh wait. This is literally the last page.
Okay, yeah, grab the flashlight.
Grab the flashlight. You spook. You make him fuck off. We go back up on stage.
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right. So knowing that the backstage just leads us back to a repeat, and knowing that we don't have the bonus item, we can only do one of two things. We can either turn it to the left or turn it to the right. I think knowing how you screwdrivers work, I think we have to twist it to the right.
True. If we screw the head onto the right touch here.
All right. You twist Bonnie's head to the right and something clicks inside. His eyelids blink once as the head comes back online. It seems you've done the trick. But there are 3 small holes around the base of his neck to secure the head. This is probably why Bonnie's head fell off in the first place. As he dances and strums his signature red bass guitar on the stage, the screws vibrated and eventually fell out, and then off of his head. You look around the stage and find 2 silver screws, but no matter how much you search, you can't find the third one. 2 will have to do for now. the best you can do is let maintenance know the best thing you could do is let maintenance know and they can hunt down the other screw tomorrow. You insert one screw in each side of his neck, with them sticking out like that. Bonnie reminds of you of how Frankenstein. Fuck. You insert one screw in each side of his neck, with them sticking out like that. Bonnie reminds you of how Frankenstein's monster. That's no good. You'll have to tighten them or his head will tumble off again. A job half-assed will never last, as your father used to say. He was a perfectionist, and nothing you did was ever good enough. You vowed you would never treat your own child that way, and so far you have it with Copella. With Coppelia.
Papelia.
The sooner you fix Bonnie, the sooner you can go back to the security's office, and the better your chances of getting home, and the better your chances of getting home in the morning with her are. All right. Thankfully, we have the screwdriver, so we could just use that instead.
True. Hello, Bite Victim Studios. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, okay. Screwdriver.
Yeah, screwdriver it is. Hello, new person. The screwdriver. Oh, your turn.
The screwdriver makes a quick work of tightening Bonnie's loose screws. The head feels as sturdy as it has ever been. Maybe you missed a calling in repair work. Maybe you missed a calling in repair work. The only thing you enjoy as much as keeping order and protecting people is fixing things. After your last day here, you can start looking into other positions. It might be nice to do something that lets you work with your hands more. It would be fun to make toys. Nothing that moves like animatronics at Freddy's, just simple toys for simple joys. Now that Bonnie is functional again, you feel oddly exposed up on the stage, especially with Chica out there somewhere. You also have to assume Foxy is out and about right now. It's a good idea to go back to the security office and hope nothing else breaks tonight. Return to the security office. Down here.
Yippee! All right. You return to the security office and slump into your seat. This job is finally getting to you, but you can't let it get the best of you. You just need a moment to catch your breath. You close your eyes and breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. A sound startles you awake. Oh no, you've fallen asleep on the job. After all the times you warned night watchmen to always stay vigilant and faithful. Reported those who skirt. Oh, fuck. After all the times you warned night watchmen to always stay vigilant and faithful. Reported those who shirked their responsibilities and dozed off for a night shift. You're embarrassed and annoyed at yourself. It's just that you're having trouble adjusting to the later hours, and dealing with the animatronics is wearing you out. You could beat yourself up later. Something woke you. A sound. Or, wait, was it two sounds? You're still disoriented from your unintentional nap, but you think you heard footsteps approaching from the door on the left and someone groaning from the door on the right. You could have dreamed them up, or you can be in imminent danger. You only have time to react. You have only time to react on one potential threat. Your clock reads 5:55, so you only have to survive for the next 5 minutes. If you close the left door, tap here. If you close the right door, tap here. Hypothetically, on the one hand, usually, right, the left door has always been kind of causing us trouble. So, what if we close the left? Maybe, or maybe it's gonna fool me by constantly making me fearful of the right, fearful of the left door. And the one time I choose the left door, it says, "Actually, fuck you. The threat's on the right door."
I mean, you think you heard footsteps approaching the door on the left and someone groaning from the door on the right, so somebody's closer. So Chica would probably
Yeah,
be on the right.
yeah. Plus, so think about it. The text says you think you heard footsteps coming from the left and groaning from the right. So think
Hmm.
about it. One of them is walking down the left. If you can hear someone groaning from the right, that would have to mean that they are very close to you. So I would think that maybe closing the right door would be a good call.
Hmm.
What do
I
you
think
think?
so too. Right door. Mm.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
If someone is close enough to if someone is close enough for you to hear them groan, then they're too close. You leap to the door on your right and slap your finger against the button. You catch a flash of yellow before the door slams shut. Looks like you were just in time. You flick on the hall light and Chica stares manically at you, beak mouth wide open. You turn off the light. You can take your cluck and get lost, you said. I've had enough for one night. But it seems you haven't. The footsteps approaching on your left, and then Bonnie is standing there. It's too late to close the door now. You brace yourself for the attack. But Bonnie doesn't make a move. He just stares at you. You stare back at him. What is he waiting for? You break your eye contact for a moment and see the clock on the desk flipped over from 5:59 to 6 a.m. Bonnie turns and walks away, back toward the show stage. At the door to the right, Chica does the same. Did Bonnie just let you live? Was that a thank you for restoring his head? Or maybe you just got lucky. Either way, you survived another night, and it's time to go home. Yippee! We lived! Tap here.
Okay. As soon as you get home, you rush to your daughter's room and check on her. Oh, she's sleeping with her left leg sticking out from under the covers and a pillow over her face. You must have spaced out for a minute, because the next thing you know, she screams and throws a pillow at your head. You catch it and hold it to your chest. What? What's wrong, you say? What's wrong, you say? Why are you standing there staring at me? She says. I was about to wake you for school. I'm sorry. It's been a weird night. She pushes her hair back from her face. It's okay, it was just kind of creepy. When I first woke up, I must have still been dreaming. You look like that Fredbear thing from your job. You mean Freddy Fazbear? Whatever, he weirds me out. They all do. She's never gotten over the time you brought her to work to meet the animatronics when she was 7. They made her cry so hard she threw up her pizza and cake. She had nightmares for at
I'm
least a
using the
week after.
bathroom. I'll be right back.
Alright. She had yeah, okay. Break time, everyone. I'll be right back as well. We'll continue this in a bit, in a couple minutes. Hello everyone, I am back. I noticed that the bonus item is the mobile phone, and that would have led to the phone calls. So we're not going to be heading toward the canon ending, unfortunately. But he doesn't know that, so shh. I'm surprised he hasn't noticed already. Also, also, FNAF 2 won the best horror movie of 2025. As somebody who loved the movie, I really do think that Sinners should have won instead. I really do, unfortunately. I also noticed that for some reason the bottom half of this there's like a sliver of the screen cannot where you can see the other whatever. It's fine. By the way, next video gonna be about the Dave guy that's in this book, about him being William Afton. So watch out for that. Well, and I'm also gonna be recording the what you call it, the first part of the quote unquote ABC's FNAF theories tier list, not tier list, iceberg. So like, I am mixing it up into two different things. Or I am mixing. I am putting the iceberg and the quote unquote ABCs, the alphabet, into one. So I am gonna start from A all the way down to Z, and they are gonna be their own separate videos, right? And then I'm gonna combine them all into one big video when I'm done with that. So that is the plan for this year. Hopefully, hopefully my hopefully my editing skills will be good by then. I mean, not good, better. Also, if you have not seen the Vanessa bot theory that I do believe in, please go watch it. It is on my channel, and if you haven't watched it yet, I I need the video to to get back up there because they kind of YouTube kind of blocked it because I quote unquote used official footage, even though like they didn't tell me that I did. That was on me for doing that. So whatever. I find the I find the wiki to be a little biased towards some things and a little against towards some things. So it's kind of hard to make hard to make like a little explanation short on it because I am trying to be a little bit impartial when it comes to that. Also, eating dark chocolate while I wait for this guy to get back. Don't worry, we will continue. My voice is a little
Speaking of
house.
this guy, guess who just came back?
Yeah, I will.
That's right, guys. I'm back from the grave.
Okay. I just get rid of this. You're right, that's great now. Alright, well. Okay. She had nightmares
Hmm.
for at least a week afterward. Never mind, it's just me, your loving dad bear. I have chocolate in my mouth. Um, hold on. You open your arms for a hug. She squints at you. Please never say dad bear again. Oh, whoops. You feel bad about scaring her. You don't want to have bad memories of you like that. You'll always make her feel better. You give her the coin.
If you-
Wait a minute. What coin? I don't remember getting a coin to you.
Um, I think at no point in the night did they ever mention anything about us grabbing a coin. Is that just what? What the? I think the book just does not make it clear on exactly what's for what aftermath of what night. Because I think I'm a little confused on what's supposed to be for what. And
Okay,
plus,
well, I guess we just
give her
the
the coin.
give her the coin. I guess.
Yeah, fuck it. Just give her the coin.
Okay.
Okay, wait. What if you click the tap slash touch here? I think I'll probably give it away what night that's supposed to be for on the other no on the other page, right there. The tap touch. The page there. That one. That should probably give away. Oh, that is for night free. I don't remember at any point we ever.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay then. I guess. Well, shit.
Uh. Okay. That was also one of my complaints is that like for some reason I also had to get the coin, even though like I never got the coin.
Yeah, like yeah, like personally, I think it's very weird how in on the pages themselves it doesn't make it clear enough on what's for what pages are for what. Well, at least in terms of specifically the end of night sections where you talk to your daughter, it doesn't make it clear enough on what is for what night, which I think is really annoying.
Hmm. Hold on. I'm literally trying to. Hmm. Interesting. Go up on stage and then screw the head to the right, and then. To security office, close the right door. And then Bonnie just let you live. Yep. Yeah, yeah. So I guess we have a weird non-existent coin. Give her the coin.
All right. So... oh, hey, I got you something. You flip over the plastic coin over to her. The coin falls on her superhero's bedspread, and she grabs it. She holds it up and closes one eye to inspect it with the other. I just said that your freaky robot friends freak me out, and this one's the freakiest of them all. Foxy was always my favorite. She looks at you. That explains a lot about you. I wasn't expecting this kind of attitude when you were until you were a teenager. I'm almost, she says. You're not. And don't be in a rush to grow up. Anyway, that is a collectible gold treasure coin. She bites down on it. It's fake. You grimace. It was kind of dirty. It's all scratched up and mangled. Fine. You hold on to your hand. Give it back. She flips it in the air and catches it. I love it. Because you gave it to me. You smile. Even if it's some junk you found on the floor at work or something, it's nice to know you were thinking of me. You sigh. Always, kiddo. I'll go make breakfast while you change for school. If it gets heads, you have to make pancakes. She flipped the coins again, and it comes up Foxy. Pancakes! I never agreed to that, you grumbled. But you go to the kitchen and start mixing the batter. It's only after she leaves for school that you remember that Foxy's head is on both sides of the coin.
Oh, bozo. 3. He felt well rested and excited about going to work, just like he used to, until you step inside the dark and dreary security office. Somehow, all your enthusiasm deflates and you feel exhausted, as if you hadn't slept for 8 hours, as if you have always been in this office and you'll always be in this office. Oh, goodness. You settle into the seat and sigh, feeling like you've just aged 5 years in the 5 seconds it took you to come in and sit down. It must be this midnight shift. Working as a night watchman, you lose touch with all the good parts of the job that motivate you each day. There are no coworkers to catch up with. You don't see smiling kids' faces or hear their happy laughter. You don't get to see animatronics the way they're meant to be seen, as entertainers instead of vengeful stalkers. When you go outside into the sunlight, your memories of the night before seem to dull and fade. When you're safe at home talking with Capelia, you question everything that happened. You come home to the same you come to the same conclusion. You imagined it. It wasn't that bad. After all, you're alive. The animatronics were really alive and hunting you. What would be your chances of surviving one night? 2? 5? Really darn slim. Maybe these lapses in memory are some survival mechanism. How can you go home to your daughter each morning and live a normal life knowing such horrors exist in the world? How could you leave her each night, come back to work here, knowing you may not ever see her again? Only if you forget. But you also have a job to do. You've always been the responsible one, even as a kid. No one had to ask you to do your homework before watching TV and riding your bike. You were, and still are, what they call an overachiever. Yet you end up working security at Freddy's. So many people don't understand that, but you tell them some things are more important than a fancy job and a big paycheck. I, I love those animatronics, and I make a difference when I go to work each day. Do you still believe that? Did you ever? You sit up straight and switch on the security monitor. Time to make the donuts, you mutter. A child laughs behind you. You spin the chair around and look behind you, and there's nothing there but lockers and shadows. Pull yourself together, Ralph. Only 3 more nights. You begin as you always do, pushing buttons. You cycle. Begin as you always do, pushing buttons. You cycle through all the camera feeds on the monitors, and everything is copacetic until you hit the party rooms. What the? You leaning closer to the jittery video screen. A table and chairs have been overturned to the in party room too, and there's a large dark puddle on the floor. The window in the far wall is broken. A crushed paper party hat lies in the hallway outside. This is why we don't have more windows. Everyone always wants to schedule their parties in Party Room 2 because it has one of the few windows in the restaurant. The moment you saw it, you knew it was a big security risk. Kids are always breaking it onto there that no one has ever gone inside before. Someone has to clean up that mess in Party Room 2. You put your finger on your nose, nod it, you say. You sigh. This security job has more janitorial duties than you expected. You need supplies from the closet in the West Hall to mop up the floor and board the window. And you should locate the intruder before they break anything else or get themselves hurt. If you head to the supply closet, tap here. If you check the West Hall camera, tap here. If you check the supply closet camera, tap here. If you check the cameras for intruders, tap here.
Hmm. Personally, I think we might want to check the cameras first and foremost, because you want to get an idea of what's out there before you start walking out.
So, camera?
It just says if you check cameras for intruders, tap here.
Okay. Two cameras for intruders. Okay, let's see.
Mm. You cycle through each of the cameras once more. This time, checking carefully for someone who shouldn't be there. Bonnie and Chica have both left the stage. Why don't you go out much, Freddy? You ask. When the camera pans away from him and back, you gasp. His head is now turned and is looking into the camera. You stay there, you swallow. Please. The curtain in Pirate's Cove is open slightly, and you see Foxy grinning from the depths. You stay there too. If the intruder is hiding in there, Foxy wouldn't even think of leaving his new plaything. Funny how you start attributing thoughts and feelings to the animatronics as if they weren't simply acting according to quirks in their programming. Anthropomorphizing, you believe, is called. You start out as a psychology major at the community college, specializing in children's psychology before you dropped out. You figure that experience helped you get the job at Freddy's. Not that you use psychology much anymore, unless you're trying to convince your daughter to do something she doesn't want to do. But maybe you should have studied artificial intelligence instead. Ew. After checking everywhere, the only place in the intruder could be is the kitchen. There's no picture, but you hear someone banging around. If someone's in there with Chica, they better be hiding. Hurry to the supply closet.
True. You open the supply closet in the West Hall and yelp when something reaches out of the darkness. It hits you in the face and you jerk backward. The wooden handle of the mop falls and clatters hollowly on the black and white tiled floor. You chuckle and look at the security camera in the hall. You flash it a V sign with your fingers and then stoop to pick up the mop and return it to the bucket. Gradually, your racing pulse returns to normal. You have two big jobs ahead of you in Party Room 2. You have to clean up that spill and broken glass, say that again, and board up the window. Everything you need is right there, but you can't carry all the supplies with you. You have to make two trips, but you're not sure which task you should complete first. Hmm.
Ooh. Let's see here. If you want to clean up the spill and broken glass, say that again. If you want to board up the window, tap here. Personally, I'm thinking something very simple. We just clean up the spill and the broken glass.
Alright. Let's clean up the spill and the broken glass. Say that again. Sure. Hmm.
Yeah, dude, I just said yeah, yeah, Oreo. I just said that.
You just called
Oh
me Oreo. What?
no, I'm talking. I'm looking at the chat.
Uh,
Stupid.
it's the nature.
You hate you hate messes, so you decided to clean that spill first. You know it will only get more difficult to wipe up if it dries. You grab a mop and bucket, then look around for some cleaning solution. The bottles on the shelf are all industrial grade stuff. High concentration bleaches and stain removers. You bet this is what people would want to clean up fuck. You might be able to sneak out and get to the dining area.
Huh?
I'm reading the stuff here.
No, you're
Oh,
not.
scenes. Despite its smell and appearances, Freddy's is a sanitary place, and management is always reminding staff to keep it clean and tidy, at least in public spaces. You kick at a crumpled piece of paper someone left behind the closet and roll your eyes, but you want to set a better example, so you pick up the paper and smooth it out. It's an old newspaper clipping with an ominous headline: Kids vanish at local pizzeria. Bodies not found. You hastily ball up the article again and toss it in the trash, where it belongs. Those poor children, you think. Those poor parents. You have you you have the jumbo bottle of bleach. It's heavy and a lot to juggle with the mop and the bucket. Should you fill the bucket here or carry to the bottom of the party room too with everything else?
Hmm.
What we could probably just I think we could probably just fill the bucket in party room too. Wouldn't be that big of a deal.
All right. Fill the bucket in party room 2. Doesn't seem wise to handle chemicals in a confined space like the supply closet, so you place a bottle of bleach in the bucket with a mop and drag them to party room 2. Flip on the light. It's a horror show. The spill inside looks like blood, a lot of blood. It smells like blood too. Bitter metallic scent. Bitter metallic scent. You can almost taste like copper. You gag and then throw up your dinner. Ew. Then you have an even bigger mess to clean up. Empty the jug of bleach into the bucket and get to work, mopping up the blood and vomit. The stench and fumes might be overpowering if not for the shattered window in the far wall, which lets in fresh air. Even though you hate bodily fluids when they're outside the body, where they shouldn't ever be, you find you enjoy work like this. When you're done, the floor is clean, and no one would ever be able to tell that some person or some animal lost a catastrophic amount of life-giving blood in this room. If there's no evidence, it may as well have never happened. Management will be pleased. You're so busy admiring your handiwork, you don't hear the footsteps until they're almost right outside. Hide under a table, touch here, leave through the open window, touch here. If you have the bonus item, you may use it. Hmm.
Well, I hate to be that kind of guy who slightly looks around the pages or so because, well, I'm kind of like that. And I just realized if we decide to hide at the table, we if you because literally the way that it goes is literally just below this options menu, and that basically guarantees our death. So we're gonna have to jump through the window and get the fuck out of there.
All right. If you leave through the open window, touch here. Oh,
All right. You race towards the broken window. I'm sorry, say that again. And catch Chica's reflection in a silver of glass remaining in the frame as you dive outside. You roll in the dirt and shards of glass slice your hands. But you clamber to your feet and run away from the restaurant. You you make it maybe 30 feet before something grabs you from behind. What? You tumble and see a blur of yellow fur and Chica's chicken feet. She's splattered in blood, but you aren't sure if it came from whoever broke into the restaurant or from you. You always told the night watchman it isn't safe to leave in the middle of the night. It's better to wait until the end of their shift. But you didn't really know why. Just repeating what management told you, and they supposedly had a good reason for everything. This is what happens when you break the rules. You have only yourself to blame, but it's a shame that Coppelia will have to suffer from your incompetence. At best, you'll end up another newspaper headline. At worst, Freddy Fazbear will cover up all this, and your daughter will never know what happened to you. If there's no evidence, it never happened. You think Chica's going to drag you back into the restaurant, but instead she carries you to the woods. This might go even more bad than you thought. For everyone.
Oh,
Game over.
bozo.
Well, fuck. So
Try
I
this
guess that
night
also
again.
is a guaranteed death.
Okay. Check the cameras for intruders. Uh, Hurry to the supply closet. Want to clean up the spill and broken glass. Hmm. I don't remember.
How about we just fill the bucket there instead?
Okay.
Seems like going to Carter Room 2 would just guarantee my death.
Uh,
Oh, it's on the other page.
you empty the bottle of bleach and your eyes drip from the fumes. You pour in pint-sized cleanser, hoping it would help dilute the potent mixture and make things smell a little nicer. You about to lug the full bucket into the hall when you hear footsteps approach. Big, heavy steps. Bonnie could be coming back. You shut the door and wait silently inside the closet for footsteps to pass. Your eyes, nostrils, and throat are burning. You stifle a cough. Footsteps proceeded down the hall toward the security office. Good thing you aren't there right now. You might be able to sneak out and get to the dining area. Blah blah blah. Without being noticed. You have to take the chance because you can't stay here much longer. Look in the bucket. It looks like it's smoking. Acrid fumes rise up. You blink, barely able to see anymore. Feels like ice picks are being stabbed into your pupils. I see the
Okay, good.
game over sign down there. You try to open the door, but it's stuck. You push on it hard, bracing yourself against the back wall. Bottles falling from the shelves around you, and the mop tumbles. The bucket tips over, and the floor is flooded with the poisonous cleaning product. You cough and cover your mouth. Red spittle and froth speckle your palm. Help, you gasp. Your vision swims, and then mercifully pass out. In games or not, you should never mix household chemicals ever. God.
Game over. Okay, so I guess just generally don't do that.
Hmm. Let's see, check cameras for intruders. Hurry to the supply closet. Or
Okay.
the window.
So yeah, let's just do the window instead. That's probably gonna be a lot easier. Your first priority as night watchman is to keep Freddy Fazbear's Pizza secure and protect the animatronics, though you aren't sure how much protection they need. You'd better make sure no one else can sneak into the restaurant at night. You pick up a hammer and swing it around experimentally. It's no Mjolnir 4. It's no Mjolnir 4, but you already feel a little safer. You grab a box of nails and a pile of wooden planks that are there for just the right size to set off for the party rooms.
What a mess. He's stepping into the blah 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 broken glasses everywhere. The shoved up. Oh, wait. This is. Wait, never mind. What a mess. You step into the party room too with dread setting in your chest. There's a wide, dark puddle of blood on the floor, the paint from the on the window. Oh, it's scratchy. Bucky sent me a link here.
Yeah, yeah, I did. I kind of do that.
Sus.
Shut up.
There's a wide, dark pool of liquid on the floor, and the pane from the window on the far side of the room is gone. Broken glasses everywhere. The shard on the floor twinkle in the moonlight coming from the open window. It's kind of pretty, despite the circumstances. The cool draft from the window brings the scent of something sharp and metallic. You flip on the lay and see that the puddle is red and viscous. That's a lot of tomato sauce, you think hopefully, but when you kneel to investigate more closely, you know it's blood. You gag and run to the window to throw up. The fresh air wafting inside settles your stomach. You never notice before how bad this place smells all the time. Like greasy old pizza, and sweat, and sometimes rotting meat, and now blood. Human blood. An animal must have gotten in, you say aloud as if that will make it true. Whatever it was, it's gone one way or another. You just have to worry about keeping anyone else out. You place the plank over the window and are about to hammer in the first nail when you hear the strains of music from the dining area. It's getting louder. Hmm.
Uh, I think you probably will. I think we should probably listen and wait because first of all, if we try to board up the window quickly, that would probably just give away our location. And if we try to climb out the window, having known what happened last time, well, let's just say we kind of know what happens when you try to leave the establishment. So let's just listen and wait. Like that might help a little bit, right?
Maybe. Okay, listen and wait.
Music of unknown origin is in the middle of the night feels ominous. Right now isn't the time to move or make noise. You tiptoe to open the door of Party Room 2 and grip the handle of the hammer tightly as you listen. You've heard the song before. It's a march, played on a music box or something. As far as you are aware, none of the animatronics have a built-in music box, though you think you've seen one over by the prize corner. The music comes closer and closer and closer. Then it moves past the party rooms and fades. You risk a peek around the open doorway and see Freddy Fazbear walking away, microphone in hand. You shove back a gasp. This is the first time you see Freddy out like this, on his own. You were beginning to wonder if he'd ever step off that stage. Now you're wondering what now you're worried about what finally drew him out. At least he's gone now. For now. You board up the window quickly, straining to hear whatever Freddy or any of the others are approaching. Now that your task is done, there's still all that blood to clean up. So much blood. But you've also been away from the cameras for too long. Maybe you should swing by the security office first to check in. So we can either go back to the security office or go to the supply closet.
Hmm.
Well, on the one hand, we could go to the supply closet. I mean, on the one hand, we could potentially head to security office, but I feel like trying to make a one-way trip all the way there. I feel like we'll probably make it so we can only make it so far before we find ourselves getting caught. Basically, I don't want to push our luck by going all the way back to the security office, even if it is ideally the most safe place that we got. So let's just go to the supply closet and see what happens.
Alright. Go to the supply closet.
It's on the other
Okay.
page there.
Mm-hmm. You make it back to the supply closet and then back to party room 2 in record time, putting a bucket, a mop, and bottles of bleach and other cleaning products. It's disgusting work mopping up a human body's worth of blood, but you pretend it's just food spilled on the floor. You immediately push that thought away as it might actually be too on the nose. You're just about done and ready to head back to the security office for the end of your shift. You're worn out and practically half asleep when you hear footsteps outside the door. It's in the early morning. This must be the intruder trying to escape through the window. They came in.
If you
Hmm.
hide under the table to surprise them, tap here. If you uh, if you confront them at the door, tap here. Well, we can either what if how about what if we confront them at the door? Because as the old saying goes, I love to take risks, and we're gonna probably do that.
Confront them at the door. At the bottom.
Oh, right. You won't hide anymore, especially not from an intruder. You rush towards the door, brandishing the mop like a staff. Tonight, you're going to be the one delivering
Jump
jump
scares.
scares. Oh, okay then. You swing the mop as you emerge from the room and you make contact with Chica's head. Her left eye is knocked down. It bounces on the floor a few times, but then rolls under a party table. Oops. Chica stops moving, sparks flying from the eye socket. She makes a sound like a whimpering child. The next thing you know, you find a termination notice in your locker. Management claims you vandalized Chica and even blames you for her being covered in animal blood. You could test it, but the security footage shows you aggressively beating Chica with a mop until she breaks. Instead of a final paycheck, you find a bill for animatronic repairs, which comes to more than you earn in a year. You beg them to cut you a break after all the years of loyal and service, and they finally offer you a deal. You can pay off your bill gradually as the permanent night watchman. You don't have any choice but to accept. Now all you have to do is make it through 365 nights at Freddy's. So,
Yeah.
game over. So I guess the ending implies that we didn't necessarily die, but we are just but we're basically doing the most American thing of all and living by paycheck to paycheck. So yeah, that's a game over if I ever seen one. But
True.
I guess we gotta go back to hiding on the table. Uh
You crawl under a party table to surprise the intruder. You wait for a long time, anticipating the expression on their face when they discover the window they broke has been boarded up and there's no way out other than the front door. But it's you who are surprised when Freddy Fazbear stumbles into the room. You prepare to defend yourself with the mop, but there's something wrong with him. He's staggering around, bumping into the tables and chairs. His suit looks saggy and his head is on crooked. This isn't Freddy, it's someone wearing one of the spare animatronic suits from backstage. Now that you're looking for them, you see human eyes behind the big eye sockets of the Freddy head, a second pair of teeth in his throat where his mouth flops open. You're about to apprehend the intruder when you notice fresh blood on the floor you just mopped, footprints from the door to where Freddy leans against the table. The costume is soaked in red. Red tears seep from the eyes. You gasp and he lurches toward you, arms dragging at his sides. He tilts his head at a strange angle to look at you under the table. It's me, he atones. He bends over so far the mask starts to slide off. You can almost see his real face. You wake up beneath the table. It was just a nightmare? It seems safe, so go back to the security office. Okay.
oh, wait a minute. Oh no. You get back to the security office a few minutes before the end of your shift. You sit back at the chair, sipping cold coffee while cycling through the different cameras through the restaurant. Maybe this job isn't so bad after all, you think. It's been a while since you checked the cameras, so it takes a moment to track down the animatronics. Freddy's hanging out in the West Hall, but it's already 5:58, so he should be returning to his charging platform soon, and you'll be going home. Chica seems to be bagging around the kitchen, and Bonnie's in the dining area on his way backstage. You yawn. All in a nice work. Your eyelids are feeling heavy. Suddenly, you snap the moment and jolt forward on your seat. You hastily slap the button for Pirate's Cove. The curtain is wide open. The sign in front of the attraction reads, "It's me." and Foxy is gone because he's in the security office right now. You, in classic tradition, forget to check on Foxy, and now he gets to play. But it'll be all okay, you reassure yourself, since this is just a dream. She must be still asleep under the table in the party room. You'll wake up any minute now. Am I right? Yeah, guys.
Uh,
You guys, am I right? Oh,
we reached your dead end there. Okay.
ah, fuck. Okay, so so back to the original point of okay,
Check the cameras for intruders. Head to the supply closet.
board up the window.
Board up the window.
Uh, listen and wait. From there, I believe.
Listen and wait. Let's return to the security office. Because we went to the supply
Yeah, let's.
closet. Yeah, security
Yeah, let's just.
office. Ooh. Oh, there it is. Freddy went toward the show stage on the west end of the dining area, so you stick to the east side. You plan to return to the security office via the east hall before continuing on to the supply closet to finish your task for the night. As you pass the kitchen, you think again about the intruder who broke into the party room and lost a lot of blood. The only place they could be hiding is in the kitchen, but the camera is only transmitting audio. It's on your way. Maybe you should dug in there to check things out. We stop in the kitchen, blah blah blah. If we continue on to the security office, blah blah blah.
Personally speaking, again, you never know when there might be a bonus item. So, what if we take the gamble and just head out to the kitchen? Just to check, just to check. Oh, it's right down
Oh,
there. You slip into the kitchen just to make sure that no one is hiding in there, and maybe to grab a little snack because you haven't eaten in hours. That's one of the benefits of the video feed being out in the kitchen. No one will be the wiser. And if anyone does know some food is missing, you can always blame Chica. You hit the jackpot. There's a yellow cupcake on the middle counter with a pink frosting. An unlit candle sticks out in the center. This must have been left over from a birthday party. Maybe one of the kitchen staff meant to take it home and forgot about it. You poke the frosting. It has a hard outer layer, but it's soft underneath. As fresh as food gets around here. You lick the frosting from your finger. It's delicious. Without questioning the wisdom of eating the random food you find lying around. You're about to pick up the cupcake when you hear footsteps approaching quickly. You better get out of sight. You want to take the cupcake with you, but it might work better as a distraction as you can light the candle to draw attention to it.
oh,
Oh, wait a minute. We have the lighter from yesterday. So, maybe we could probably use the lighter and see what happens.
all right. Use the lighter. Ooh. You pat your pockets frantically, recalling the lighter you found earlier. There it is! You pull it out and it takes you a few tries to get a flame going. You aren't used to heavy duty lighters like this, and it doesn't help that you're nervous. You light the candle, then bolt around the corner to hide behind it as someone enters the kitchen. You catch a distorted reflection of the large yellow chicken and the industrial sized crumb refrigerator door. From that vantage point, you watch Chica approach the cupcake with interest. Something overcomes you, and you begin singing Happy Birthday softly. You're giving away your location, your only advantage, but somehow Chica keeps staring at the burning candle. When you get to the part where you name the birthday person, a name pops into your head. Happy birthday, dear Susie. Happy birthday to you. Chica lets out an anguished scream and smashes the cupcake with a hand. She storms out of the kitchen, wailing. Weird, you think, even for a walking animatronic. You pay your respects to the poor smashed cupcake. Chica's tantrum not only extinguished the candle's flame, did she make a wish, but also reduced the baked good to crumbs, which you still tempted to eat. Something glints in the cupcake wrapper. You poke around the mound of crumbs and find a gold ring. It's heavy, not like the plastic gold painted trinkets you can get from the vending machines or the prize counter. How did it get here? You wonder if it belongs to the baker who made the cupcake. The ring could have slipped off a finger and into the batter. There is no inscriptions or identifying marks, just the plain gold wedding band. Well, you can always check it with the staff tomorrow to see if anyone's missing it, and nobody claims it. Should make a nice little parting bonus for you, or a souvenir for you or your daughter. Add the gold ring to your inventory and proceed to the security office.
You make
Ugh.
it back to the security office without encountering any more animatronics, but you don't get comfortable. You can't stay long. With that bloody mess in the party room too. But there's always time to sweep the cameras for trouble. Freddy is missing from the stage, but Bonnie and Chica are back there already. Chica has stains all around her mouth, but the black and white video makes it hard to identify what it is. Could be the frosting from the cupcake that she found in the kitchen. Yeah, that must be what it is. Even Foxy is still hiding in Pirate Cove. This night has been feeling off, and you reason is because it's the first night that Freddy has gone wandering. It's possible that the other animatronics are lying low tonight to give him some room to explore. They're not afraid of him, are they? You can't pick up Freddy on any of the cameras, but you do hear his music playing in the kitchen. It's a popular spot tonight. Satisfied that you're taking only a minimal risk as long as you steer clear of Freddy's music, you stop by the supply closet for the second time tonight. You grab a mop, some cleaning products, and a bucket. Something rattles inside the bucket. You see yourself from something traumatic, like a diminished body part or a small dead animal, and look inside. A pink water pistol is at the bottom of the bucket. It's the kind of toy that you give away at the prize counter if you turn enough tickets. A cheap toy that probably won't work right and will cease working completely after playing with it just a few times. You know they buy these things in bulk for pennies a piece and then make several dollars of profit from them. Finally, I'm armed, you think. You raise your water gun and spin around to aim at the hell outside the closet. Go ahead. Make my day, punk. Or, it's make my night, fuck. The hall is empty. You probably scared everyone off. You slip the water pistol into a pocket. Even though it's plastic junk, it does make you feel a little safer. Which probably says something about how unsafe this whole situation really is. Add the water pistol to your inventory. Yippee!
Ugh. You hurry back to party room 2 to clean up. The puddle on the floor has dried some, and so it hardly even resembles blood anymore as you apply the mop and bleach and add some pints into the shine to the red and blue tiles. To save yourself some time, you bring the cleaning supplies to the security office with you. The day shift can put them away, and this way everyone will know that you weren't just sitting in front of the screens tonight. You definitely put in a good night's work. Freddy's music starts up again. It sounds like it's right inside the office, but you can tell which door it's coming from. It seems to be coming from all around you. You grab the desk clock. It's 5:59 a.m. Back up, looking from one door to the other, you hear laughter and see a light flash on your left. Freddy's eyes and mouth are strobing white light like a demented jack-o'-lantern, while the song continues playing as if there's a music box in his head. The song is almost over. You don't know what will happen then. The clock flips over to 6 a.m. and you may hold it out in front of you. It's 6 a.m., Freddy. Go back to your stage. You shout, 6 a.m. To your surprise, the music stops and Freddy does in fact slink off. You look back at the clock in your hands, a makeshift talisman that only works once a night, at a very specific time. The question is, did the animatronics have eternal clocks, or could you deter them by simply changing the time on this clock? Where's the mess? Okay.
Home again. You stop in the kitchen and wash your hands vigorously under the hottest water you can stand for 2 minutes, and they still don't feel clean. This last night has left a mark on you that you don't think will ever come out. You head to your daughter's room and run into her in the hall, already dressed for school. Copelia has bags under her eyes. You look at each other for a moment and then she wraps you in a tight hug. Are you okay? She whispers. Her voice trembles. I'm alive, you laugh. But neither of you finds it funny. Are you okay? Are you okay? Why are you up so early? I didn't sleep well. The two of you walk back to the kitchen together. She holds onto your arm. Someone called last night looking for you. Who and when? She didn't say. She didn't say. She called a minute after you left, hoping to catch you. Did she leave a message? She said she would, and then she hung up. That there wasn't a very good connection. Huh. If it's important, she'll call back. You don't feel up to making breakfast, and Copel doesn't seem to be eating too much, so you pour 2 bowls of sugary cereal. I'm glad you're home, she says. Me too. Can I skip school? I want to hang out with you. You're tempted, but she needs to go to class. That's what kids do, right? Just like you have to work. I don't think so. Not today, sweetie. I need to sleep anyway. Go ahead. Go ahead. I just want to be around you. Staring at me while I sleep. Sounds creepy. You wink and you both laugh. And just like that, whatever's been haunting you lifts away and memories of a beautiful night fade away. Tell you what. Tell you what, you can stay home if you tidy your room. It's getting to be a mess. And I'm done cleaning after people. No deal. You smirk. Thought so. So, bring me any souvenirs? She asks as she ties her shoes. I did find a couple of things lying around. An image of the large, bloody puddle pops in your mind. Your breakfast starts to come back up, but you swallow it down. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Dad, what's wrong? Tonight was a lot. I'll tell you about it later. Never. Here's your prize for being a daughter of the month. You reach into your bag. If you have the gold ring, tap here. If you have Mr. Cupcake and want to hand it over, tap here. If you have the water pistol, and if you flash her a thumbs up and send her off to school.
Hmm.
Hmm.
They could all be important.
Ooh. You are right. All of them could be important. To I'm not gonna make you tell me what's important, but all I'm gonna ask is, do you know if any one of them are important?
I know that the water pistol is important. I don't know about the gold ring.
Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, so it would be really funny if I just flash her a thumbs up and just send her off.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
Honestly, it sounds like the most dad move of all. Just flash her a thumbs up and just send her off to school.
All right. Let's do that then. Night 4. My goodness.
Oh dear.
Ah. Okay. My throat. My throat. Okay. You know something is off as soon as you arrive for your shift tonight. Way off. And it's take a detective to figure out that much to figure that much out because all the lights are on at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza like it's almost for business. Only it's midnight. So maybe someone forgot to switch off the lights on their way out, but it isn't as simple as that. Like the good night watchman you are, you check the security cameras before you do anything else, and what you see has you both baffled and anxious. The animatronics are more active than usual, especially for this hour. They seem to be having a party in the dining area. Freddy's up on stage singing his clockwork car out, while Bonnie and Chica are showing off their moves on the dance floor below. Bonnie is swinging his bass guitar round, and Chica is doing the chicken dance up and down the aisles, knocking chairs over. Even Foxy is joining in, so you know this is big trouble. He's dancing on the tables, crushing party hats, and shredding tablecloths with his shiny metal feet. You cover your eyes. Now this is a nightmare. You know how you're going to clean this up, but you can't even think of janitorial duties until you shut down the party. How are you going to do that? You can't just ask them nicely to stop. They'll come right after you. With the lights on, maybe the animatronics never switched over to night mode, and they don't know what to do without supervision or kids to entertain. You might be able to get them back on track if you just turn off the lights. But you can't just walk around switching off lights either, then they'll come right after you. Only there's a way to turn off all the lights at once. Rather than praying for a well-timed blackout, to make it easy for you, your best bet is to head to the breaker room and shut down the power to the entire restaurant. That should force their systems to reboot. But there's a big problem. The breaker room is behind the stage on the other side of the dining area. And sneaking through there with all the lights on without alarming Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, or Foxy would be a small miracle. If you succeed at that, you're definitely going to buy a lottery ticket in the morning. Head to the dining area and hope for the best. Tap that cheer. If you pace around the office trying to think of another way, tap that cheer.
Hmm. Personally, on the one hand, heading to the dining area probably sounds like a guaranteed way to die eventually. Because, all four of them are right there. But, the old saying goes 99% of gamblers stop before they hit it big. So, even though it sounds fucking stupid, this might be the stupid move that we may need. Because, again, they're all dancing around partying for some reason. And who knows? Maybe that might just be enough of a distraction to actually get to the other side and actually shut off the lights. So let's go with option number one and head to the dining area and hope for the best.
Okay, that's this thing down here.
You slip quietly down the west hall towards the dining area. At the entrance of the room, you press yourself against a wall and peer inside. Freddy and Foxy are on the stage together, while a strange song plays over the speakers. You think it's a recent pop hit, but it's running backwards and at a reduced speed. Every now and then you catch words and phrases in the record that give you a chill. Death for all, pain, fire and knives, stuff like that. You must be mishearing them. The human brain often tries to make sense out of nonsense, leading you to see and hear things that aren't even really there. But there's no making sense out of what Foxy is doing. His movements are jerky and erratic, like less dancing and more like malfunctioning. It reminds you of watching clay models move in from one of those old Harryhausen films. Bonnie and Chica are playing games. Chica tosses party hats at Bonnie, and Bonnie swings at it with his guitar. You might be able to get by them unnoticed while they're preoccupied with their antics. If you sneak along the left side of the room, tap here. If you sneak along the right side, tap here. If you sneak around the undertables, tap here.
Hmm.
What if we try to sneak along the left side of the room and see what happens?
All right.
All right, let's see what happens. Oh, you. That's your shit. Never mind.
You're already on the left side of the dining area, so it's a shorter trip to the north end of it. You want to spend as little time in here with the animatronics as you can. You crawl along, keeping behind the tables and out of the line of sight. There's a big gap between the tables and near Pirate Cove. You don't want anyone sitting too close to the entrance. You keep an eye on Freddy, Foxy, Bonnie, and Chica. When your attention is elsewhere, you sprint toward the next table. When you're halfway across, the music abruptly stops. You instinctively roll to your left through the curtains into the dark entrance of Pirate Cove. You bruise your shoulder, but that likely hurts less than it being forced to occupy the same space as an exoskeleton in a mascot suit. The animatronics didn't see you. They're so going about their business. Their song starts up playing backward. Misery, agony. For how long? Might be trapped in Pirate Cove for a while, waiting for your chance to move forward. But this is also a rare opportunity. You've never been back here before, and with Foxy enjoying his comeback tour with the old band, you can look around this area while he's gone. Maybe there's another way to the breaking room through here.
Ooh.
If you peek through
I
the,
mean, hey, sorry. If you look around Pirate Cove, if you peek through the curtain to see the safe, tap here. Personally speaking, again, if there's something that the kitchen has shown us, you can always find goodies if you look around and be patient. So let's look around the Pirate Cove and see if there's anything in there. As you look around Pirate Cove, you considered why you've never been back here before, even during the day. The only reason you can come up with this is Foxy makes you uncomfortable. You used to love watching him perform, and as a lifelong fan of pirate stories, he was always your favorite of the Fazbear mascots. But seeing him up close and personal was a different story. And you have to admit, he's scary, especially in his current state of despair. Especially when you know what the animatronics are truly capable of. You just never want to be alone with Foxy in a room, especially on his home turf. It's a shame they had to shut this area down, though. It was popular with the kids, and you could tell the designers put a lot of work into it. They built a veritable cave of wonders, with treasure chests and glittering piles of gold and jewels around Foxy's charging platform. They're all fake, of course, but they're so convincing you want to stuff your pockets with them. They really should pay us more, you think. But just remember what happened in the Goonies. At the very back of the cove, you find a nook with a pedestal and an old fashioned scale. A beam with pans suspended at either end. The pans are filled with golden trinkets. The pan on the left is slightly lower than the one on the right. There is a small slot in the pedestal just below the scale, like the one that dispenses tickets at the game around Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Below the enclave is a metal grate covering a ventilation shaft. If you examine the grate, tap here. If you take some coins from the left pan, tap here. If you have a coin and want to add it to the right pan, tap here. If you have a ring and want to add it to the right pan, tap here.
hmm.
Well, I am gonna say, we could examine the grate, but honestly, I kind of want to see what happens if you decide to add if I have a ring and add it. Like, am I the only one kind of curious to see what happens if you add a ring? See what happens.
No,
Have you done that?
no, because I haven't done that either. Mm,
I mean,
okay, yeah,
do you want to find out what happens?
sure. You, that's the coin. Where's the
It's down there.
ring? Oh, there it is.
It's
You need something heavy to weigh down the pan on the right. You reach into your pocket and pull out the gold ring you found in the kitchen. As soon as you add it to the lighter pan, the scale shifts into perfect balance. A recording of cheering children plays. Confetti falls and the pedestal dispenses a ticket. That's it? One lousy ticket? You mutter. The gold ring was definitely worth more than whatever you can get with this at the price counter. What a ripoff. You consider grabbing the ring back, but you've always been the one to play by the rules, and that includes not cheating at games. So you take the ticket. It's an old ticket, wrinkled and stained with drops of tomato sauce. The green color has faded, along with the words stamped on it. Fredbear's Family Diner. Hmm. Now that's a throwback. That place has been closed for years, but it was a predecessor to Fazbear Entertainment's Freddy's Pizza franchise. This artifact might just be worth more than a gold ring if you found the right buyer. Freddy's biggest fans will buy anything. Then you turn the ticket over and the dollar signs fade away. Someone's written on the back of it and the ink looks recent. 2014. Are those footsteps? You might have company soon. Add the ticket to your inventory. You peek through the curtain. Tap touch here if you look for someplace to hide. Tap touch here.
How about we just how about we look someplace to hide? Because you know, how about
Alright.
we let's go hide, pretty please.
Okay, well, I guess we'll hide. Oh no, I did not mean to. I did not. I did not. I picked the wrong one. Hold on. I meant I meant look for someplace to hide. There we go.
All right,
Where is it?
let's see here. The vent under the prize scale would make a great hiding spot. In fact, you could even use the ventilation shaft to crawl to the breaker room without being detected by the animatronics. You stoop to examine the grate by covering the vent. It's it's secured by 4 big screws in each corner. Someone was serious about limiting Foxy's access to the rest of the pizza place, or preventing someone in the vent from accidentally crawling into the lair. Unfortunately, it's all preventing you from escaping through this ventilation. Footsteps approach. You have to get through the gate now. But conveniently, we have a screwdriver. So we can use the power of a screwdriver again to save our skins.
Okay. Having the right tool for the right job makes such a difference. The screwdriver makes quick work of removing the screws from the vent cover. You pull it off quietly and climb inside the shaft just as something enters a pirate cove. From inside the shaft, you see Foxy's feet. He stumps around, looking for you. He stops right in front of the vent opening, studies the scale for a while. You hear a crash. The scale and toy treasures on it scatter across the floor. Finally, he walks away out of the pirate cove, singing a little ditty. He
Did
wiped
he?
ditty. It wipes sweat from your face and takes stock of your choices. You think if you turn left, the shaft will lead you right back to the security office, which means right should lead toward the stage and the breaker room. So, head toward the breaker room.
Yippee! Oh, it's just below there, I believe.
Yep.
Bruce Willis makes this look easy. You think as you crawl through the ventilation shaft on your hands and knees. The metal is caked in gold grease. That must the metal is caked in gold grease that must have been carried from here from the kitchen over the years. Cobwebs cling to your face and hair. Warm air pushes past your face, and you smell something that is definitely dead and rotten. Probably a small animal, you think. I see we have a running theme here. Each time you move, the metal flexes and wobbles and makes a soft thwomp. Sound carries, and you're worried that the animatronics will hear you if the music stops. Right now, there's no chance of being detected over the circus music they're blasting in the dining area. It's so loud, you feel the bass in the ventilation shaft. You forge ahead. At least the shaft isn't as cramped as you would have expected. It's probably much bigger than it needs to be. Even Bonnie could probably fit inside. Great. Now you're worried about Bonnie coming after you in vents. Oh, if only he knew what Finance at Freddy's 2 would provide him. There's no reason to assume they even know about the vents, you think. This is probably the safest place in the whole restaurant, other than the security office. So why do the 4 closed walls remind you of a coffin? The breaker room can't be much farther. You reach a corridor branching to your right. Now which way do you go? If you listen for clues as to where you are, tap here. If you head to the right, tap here. If you keep moving forward, tap here. Now, listen. Let's think FNAF 1 logic. Knowing the way these vents work, if we head right, that would almost certainly take us to the dining hall. Knowing that Foxy's... Because if you look at a map of the FNAF 1 pizzeria, if we head right, that's going to probably take us back to the dining area. which is almost certainly going to lead us to us getting a game over. So I think the best we can do is just keep moving forward, hoping we get somewhere.
Yeah, let's keep moving forward then.
Yippee!
You decide to keep moving. If you miss the correct turn, you'll just back up and try again. Some dust filtering down from the top of the ventilation shaft makes you sneeze. You stop and wipe your nose with the back of your hand, and it's only because you pause for the moment that you hear something moving behind you. Thump, 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 thump. Whatever it was, keeping pace with you. Whatever it is was keeping pace with you, so you didn't notice the noise until now. From the way the metal trembles against your palm, it's something larger and heavier than you. Your size and speed are only advantages you have over Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica, so you move faster, hoping you get out of the vent before your stalker catches up. There's the exit up ahead. You were right. It is the breaker room. Just put up another. You put up. You put on another burst of speed. Hold on. Oh god, my throat. Oh. Before you reach the end of the shaft, you feel a sharp pain in your right leg. You look back. There's a giant fish hook stuck in it, dragging you backward. Wait, that's not a fish hook. Pirate hook, belonging to Foxy the Pirate. Just your luck, as he's the one animatronic you can't outrun. You grab onto the grate, covering the vent as Foxy keeps pulling. You grit your teeth against the pain with the steel grill digging into your fingers, holding on for dear life until you black out. Um, so
Ow.
don't
Oh.
don't don't go forward, I guess.
Okay, so ooh. Well, fuck. I guess we just gotta listen for clues as to where we are, I guess?
Hold on, I don't even think we're on the right page.
Alright, there it is.
Wait, oh, is it?
You st-
Oh, yeah. Wait, you reach another corridor branching to your right sooner than expected. Hold on. Oh, damn it. Okay, well.
okay. Head to the dining area and hope for the best.
And we stuck on the left side.
Then we
Left
head
side.
then we head then we head to the cove. We waste a ring and exchange that for a fucking for a ticket. Then we
Someplace to
go to
hide.
we use the screwdriver.
Look for the big room. Okay, yeah.
All right. So I guess the lesson we learned is, I guess, let's not go forward. I guess we just gotta listen for clues, I guess, as to where we are. I guess is the only safe bet.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, listen to clues as to where you are.
You stick to the plan. Sometimes the animatronics are more dangerous when you can't hear them. And just because the music has stopped doesn't mean they have. You keep moving forward. You should be hitting the breaker room any minute now. Your knees hurt from crawling on them, and your hands are
No, wait, no, no, no,
caked with.
no, no, no. Wrong one.
Oh wait, I'm stupid. Oh, I'm stupid. The silence makes you nervous. You don't want to move for fear of making too much noise and being detected by the animatronics. And without their music playing in the dining area, it's hard to orient yourself in the vents. So you wait and listen. The only sounds you can hear are your own heartbeat pounding in your ears and your shallow breathing in the confined space. But waiting pays off. The music in the dining area resumes, It seems to be coming from the corridor on the right. The music should muffle the sound of your movement in the vent, and there's a good chance all four animatronics are still partying together in the dining area. You push on to get a look ahead, and there it is, the break room. Unfortunately, a grate is covering the vent, but you can see the power panel on the wall, agonizingly out of reach. You're about to kick out at the cover to try and pop it off when the music abruptly stops again. You listen. The footsteps echo in the vents from all over the restaurant. The animatronics could be anywhere and everywhere. You have to shut off the lights, and fast. We can either decide to kick off the vent cover, wait and hope for the music to begin, or if you have the bonus item, which we don't have, we could use that. But we don't have the bonus item, and I don't know what the fucking bonus item is. So I guess this thing has been cucking me. So we can either wait. Honestly, I feel like trying to kick off the vent cover will probably only give away our location, and would probably more likely lead to, you know, us being found.
Yeah.
So let's just wait and cross our fingers, hoping that the music plays again.
Okay. You hold out a little longer in the hopes that the music will resume. Your patience is rewarded when a new song begins. Not the dance music from the dining area, but Freddie Fazbear's music box rendition of a classical piece, closer than the dining area, and coming closer still. You fight the urge to hide in the vent, but not trusting an animatronic to sneak up behind you, or you're preoccupied worrying about Freddie. Freddie is still some distance off, so you kick at the metal vent to cover until it finally pops free and clatters to the floor. The music is louder now, and the tune is almost over. You don't want to find out what happened when it ends. Crawl into the breaker room.
This room is unfriendly to human life. Exposed power conduits run along the ceiling and power cables, and wires dangle down from walls and from the ceiling. You don't want to touch any of them. The air around you buzzes with electricity. It's at least 20 degrees warmer in here than anywhere else in the restaurant. It would be really easy for a fire to start in here, you think. No one would ever question it. Sweat drips down from your forehead as you back as you study the power control panel. There are 5 round buttons, like elevator buttons, faintly glowing green. Green is good. That means they're on. You should be able to just press them to turn off the power to each area of the restaurant, but you don't know whether you need to press them in a certain order or risk shorting out the air system. All your life, you've gotten used to not pressing buttons, especially when you don't know what they do. But it seems like that's your official job lately. Well, this is what you came for, so you'd better do something. If you push the buttons one at a time from left to right, here. If you push all the buttons at the same time, press here. If you try to figure out a certain sequence to push the buttons in, press here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think pushing them left to right. I think it is a certain sequence.
Why don't we just press them all at once? Like,
Okay. I don't know the outcome, so push them all at once. I see. Okay, let me just read this out then.
okay.
The buttons are close enough together that you can just push them all at the same time. That could be kind of a failsafe, so you reason, because there's no way someone would do that by accident. But it would be easy to push the buttons at one at a time. Place your hand against the thumb against the first button. You feel spread your fingertips over your hands. Wait a minute. Oh yeah. You place your left thumb against the first button and spread the fingertips of your right hand over the remaining 4 buttons. You feel something like a tingle or a tickle in your hands, and the button Buttons hum at your touch. The hair on your head lifts away as if charge is static. There it goes, you say. You push all 5 buttons simultaneously and the panel starts sparking. Buttons flash and start to scald your skin, but you can't pull your hands away. Muscles are locked at a 1.1
Oh my
1.21
god.
gigawatts of power
Oh
to
my
pump through
god.
you, your hands completing a big electrical circuit. You know you smell something like cooking bacon, burnt hair, and then it's lights out for you.
Well, fuck, I guess. Okay, so that's not the answer. Okay, I guess let's just push them from left to right.
Why would you think that would be the other smart answer? Because
Okay, look, can we just try it? Can we just
push
try
one at a time from left to
it? Okay, let's not overthink this, you think. Or maybe you should overthink. This place has been making you question everything and second guess yourself at almost every step. But sometimes you need to follow your instincts and use common sense. That's why they hired you, isn't it? In all your years with Fazbear Entertainment, they haven't exactly had people lining up to fill positions, and it's been harder and harder to hire new staff, thanks to negative news coverage or a few isolated incidents. You were so proud when they hired you for security, but what if you were the only candidate? Well, you've proven your value time and time again. Tonight is no different. You're going to leave Freddy's with a spotless record and a glowing recommendation, so you have to pick your opportunities. A job that will give you more time to spend with Copelia, and a lower chance of suffering serious harm, disability, or death of the job. You quickly press each of the button panels in sequence. They glow crimson, and a soft hub indicates power shutting off around the restaurant. Then, one by one, the buttons turn green again as the system resets. You quietly crack open the door to peek in the dining area. The main lights are now out. That was the answer.
dude.
One option you find wouldn't be correct, and it was correct. Okay, I guess in Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, nothing is certain.
You sneak through the dark restaurant to the security office. Up here, if you take the vents back to the security office, tap here.
We can we could probably sneak through the restaurant if we tried.
Okay. You sneak into the Hmm. You, you sneak into the dark dining area. You successfully stopped the animatronics before they did any real damage. The morning crew shouldn't have any trouble straining to ask you the askew tables and riding all the chairs. They'll be curious about what happened. They'll probably blame you, but this whole incident will be in your report. Not that everyone ever reads your reports or believes what you wrote. The home office doesn't like paper trails, so they're probably filing your paperwork right into the trash can. Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica have returned to the stage and are recharging on their platforms. As you expected, switching off the lights triggered their night mode. Their internal clocks are probably all confused now, and they're likely to be low on power tomorrow. But even if they freeze up on stage, it'll be far from the worst thing that happened during a performance. It's a long shot. You've nearly reached the security officer and feeling pretty good about the night's work, and when you hear heavy footsteps running behind you, the clank of heavy, bare metal feet against the tiled floor, look into a run. You break into a run without even looking behind you. Though you never see what hits you, it has to be Foxy, since he's been taken out of the limelight. He responds differently to darkness, and this is how he likes to party. Great.
Okay, so I guess I was wrong for once, but then again, I've been wrong a few times. So, well, shit. So,
On. Listen to clues. Waited for help for more music.
Crawl into the breaker room, I think.
Yep.
Okay, we're back to the right page. Okay, so how about we just take the vents back to the office? I think that's the only other option we have.
Yep.
Oh, god fucking damn it.
Nah.
Oh, wait. No, never mind. Actually, yeah, never mind. It would be faster to take a more direct route back to the security office. But strange enough, you feel more comfortable in the ventilation shaft. It's the only way to travel. The trip doesn't take you as long as you thought it would, since you know the way out now. Once you thought you heard something scraping and clanking and thumping in the vents, but it was pretty far away, off near Pirate Cove. It's almost 6 a.m., Foxy, you call out softly. When you doubt he heard you or would listen if he did, for some reason, he does not come after you. When you crawl out of the vent to the security office, you see that the clock reads 5:57. It's close to quitting time. If you wait for 6 a.m. and head home, tap here.
Okay. When you get home, you should head straight for your daughter's room. If she isn't there, shaking with fear, call out for her and search the house. Papelia! Papelia! I'm here! Her voice is muffled, but it sounds like it's coming from your bedroom. You rush upstairs and find her sitting on your messy bed in her pajamas. Hell! You rush to her side and grab her in a tight embrace. Ow! What's wrong? I was worried when you were in your room. What are you doing in here? She yawns. I miss you, Daddy. I miss you too, kiddo. Any reason? Because you weren't here. Duh. You roll your eyes. You lie next to her and stare up at the ceiling while she snuggles against you. This is nice, you think. Capella used to do this all the time when she was little, but you know these days are numbered. Eventually, probably sooner than you like, she won't even want to talk to you. You miss those all the sleepless nights with her tossing and turning, sticking your feet in your face, lying on your arm until it's numb. So you better enjoy it while you can. Next thing you know, Capella is kissing you goodbye on the cheek. She is dressed for school and holding a Pop Tart in one hand, her backpack in the other. I'm leaving, she says. Daddy, can you stay home from work tonight? I can't, you mumble, already falling back to sleep. Just one last night. One last night.
One
Uh,
more night! One more night! One more night! One more night! You start your last shift ever at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza with mixed emotions. This has been a killer week, but you handled everything well, and the events of the last 4 nights have reminded you that you're still very good at your job. The animatronics require, no, they deserve caretakers who appreciate them and understand them, and you've always been that. And yet, you can certainly do without the high stress and anxiety that you might not survive until morning. Your daughter needs someone to take care of her, too. The night watchman can always be replaced, but she only has one dad. Okay, technically fathers can be replaced, but there's definitely only one Copelia, and you'd like to be in her life as she grows up. That's what all this is for, you know.
yep,
Bless me,
blessed.
folks. Bless. I have been blessed. Anyways, back to the thing here. For some, so you can get a job with a lower mortality rate and a better work-life balance. For some reason, you've had a hard time remembering each night after you go home until you come back to work the next day. Like it says in your employee handbook, what happens at Freddy's stays at Freddy's, unless there's major coverage in the papers and nightly news. One of the drawbacks of working in the late shift is there are no coworkers to see you off of your last night. You always thought if you left this job, the company would throw you a big going away party celebrating your many years of service. Then again, considering what can happen at Freddy Fazbear parties, you're probably better off not drawing too much attention on yourself. As sweet as it would be to hear Freddy sing for he's a jolly good fellow to you. Actually, it turns out the restaurant didn't even open today. You don't know why. Maybe it was because the dining area was such a mess, you think guilty. That doesn't affect your shift though. Except who knows what the animatronics have been up to all day on their own. Which reminds you about the job you have to do. This is no time to fall asleep on the wheel. You switch on the monitor to check on the show stage camera. Your seat isn't even warm yet, but you jump from it in a surprise. The stage is empty. It's just after midnight. The animatronics are way ahead of schedule. They could be restless after being alone all day. Hopefully, they aren't upset about their party last night being interrupted. They might be out seeking revenge. Or could they be angry that you're leaving? You've been a part of the Freddy Fazbear family for so long. Perhaps they don't want you to go. Or they don't want you to get away. You laugh off these ridiculous notions as you punch buttons to check the cameras. You've definitely been working here for too long if you think the animatronics have a vendetta. They can only respond to external stimuli according to their programming, like recharging when the lights go out, or restoring wandering exoskeletons to their suits where they belong. You find the animatronics immediately. Bonnie at the far end of the West Hall, Boo heading towards the security office. Freddy in the dining area, making his way down the aisle toward the security office. Foxy is halfway through the curtains of Pirate Cove, also probably on his way to the security office. Who told them you're leaving? How do you know? How do they know? You swallow your panic and keep clicking around. Chica, where's Chica? The kitchen camera is dark as usual, but you don't hear anyone in there. Chica could be anywhere. You glance over at the door open to your right. She could be anywhere. If you close the left door, tap here. If you close the right door, tap here. If you listen to the kitchen feed a little longer, if you check the vent behind you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. So, hypothetically speaking, we could check the left door, since we know that Bonnie is probably going to be there.
However, we don't know where Chica is, but we know Bonnie is coming to the left door. He's not at the left door.
True. Foxy is in. So, should we close the right door? I guess because
Sure.
because she's definitely not in the vent. Because you never know.
If we close the right door, there it is. Hmm. In the pit of your stomach, you feel certain that Chica is about to breach the security office, so you shut the door on your right, just in time. Someone bangs on the reinforced steel from the other side. "'Tis some visitor," you mutter. "Tap it at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more." You flip on the hallway. You flip on the hallway and see the distinctive shape of Chica. She keeps pounding on the door and shrieks. Quoth the chicken, nevermore. You laugh shakily. You often crack jokes when you're nervous, but this close call has got your pulse going. At least you know where all the animatronics are now, where they were a few minutes ago. A lot could have changed already. Last you checked, Bonnie was on his way down the West Hall to mess up your night. You don't hear him now. He could still be lurking nearby, or maybe he's lost interest in you. Check the cameras again. Touch here. Close the left door. Touch here. Check the vent. Touch.
You know what? How about we check the left door? Or close the left door? Yo, just in case. Cause you never know when Bonnie or Foxy, might be you know, going off over there, you know?
True.
They
Alright.
they don't quite lose interest in you.
Let's close the left door then. Ooh. You leap toward the button beside the left door and slam your palm against it hard, as if more force will make it close faster. As a reinforced barricade falls into place, you can hear a frustrated scream and heavy fists against the metal. The door shakes in the frame and vibrates with each impact, but it holds. You got to that in the nick of time, but movement in the corner of your eye makes you think you still weren't quick enough. Bonnie's face appears at the vent. He tilts his head from side to side and stares at you. You're surrounded with no way out and a little hope of surviving until morning. Try to close the vent, touch here, have a flashlight, you may use it. Try to defend yourself. Touch here.
Hmm. How about we try to use the flashlight, maybe?
Uh,
Because if it can work on Foxy, there's always the chance it could,
yeah, okay.
the flashlight
Yeah,
is
yeah,
above
follow,
there.
yeah. Yeah, flashlight, yeah. Okay.
You pull out your flashlight and hold it in front of you with both hands. You press the button to turn it on, and a bright beam of white light cuts through the darkness. You shine it directly at Bonnie's face. He flinches, he flinches and pulls back. His eyes blink, one at a time, left then right, left then right. It's creepy. He servers weird and his jaws shudder open and close, but he can't seem to move. You switch off the flashlight and his eyes roll a few times before he recovers. He opens his mouth and screams. The cry is called off as you turn on the flashlight back on. He makes a horrible gasping sound that repeats over and over like a stunk record. Okay, you breathe. Your hands shake a bit and the beam wavers, but you hold it on Bonnie's eyes. The light must be causing an overload in his photoceptors. The animatronics are all programmed to respond to light levels, so they're in performance mode during the day when the fluorescent lights are on in the restaurant. When it's dark, they're recharged in Rome. The bright lights is confusing Bonnie, so he doesn't know what to do next. For how long? You hold your light on eye on the clock. You just have to make it out in the morning. The light flickers and dims until you whack the side of the palm. You wish you'd installed fresh batteries. Wait out the end of your shift and tap here.
You can hardly believe it when the clock beside the security monitor clicks over at 6 a.m. You survived your fifth and final night at Freddy's. Now that the moment is finally here, you appreciate how much danger you're truly in, but making all the right decisions along the way, you survive one of the toughest challenges of your life. You open the doors in the security office with a measure of apprehension, worrying even now that there's a twist that someone is pulling a prank on you. The doors are pretty beat up. You walk slowly through Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, taking it all in for the last time. The place is a little messy, but that isn't your problem anymore. Not my circus, not my animatronics, you say. You take a moment to look at Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica on their stage. You can't help but feel bittersweet about leaving. Sure, they tried to kill you and they're giving you nightmares for the rest of your life, but they probably have their reasons for it. They've already been through a lot themselves. No hard feelings. You jump as the animatronics were and run through the end of the performance sequence, taking a bow, saying goodbye. You back up. You're not supposed to be doing that. Freddy turns his head to look at you. It's time to go. As you walk through the door and take your first steps into an uncertain future, you think you should feel lighter. You made it. You never have to come back here again, but something is still weighing on you. You feel like you might have some unfinished business here. You don't like to leave a job undone, and deep inside you feel like you're abandoning your post. No one understands or cares about the animatronics more than you do, but what will happen to them when you're not there to look after them? What will they be able to get away with? You still don't have another job lined up. Even if Fazbear Entertainment's famously modest wage increases year after year, you still make more than minimum wage. What kind of work are you going to find out there? It probably is depending on you to keep a roof over your head and food on the table, to keep the monsters away, both real and imagined. I wonder if they're truly done with the animatronics and if they're truly done with you. You have the sense that Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy can carry a grudge for a long time, but what could but what could they hold against you? The worst thing I've done is lived, you say. That might be enough. You can think about it later. Right now, you can't wait to get home to your daughter. Looking forward to getting a good night's sleep. The end?
The end?
You got the basic bitch ending I got.
Aw, what the fuck? What the fuck?
So that special object or whatever it was, that is the mobile phone which you're supposed to use for the phone calls that Ralph makes for Mike, and we didn't get to use it at all because I don't know how to get it, but
Uh,
whatever.
well, shit. Well, fuck. Okay.
Uh, yeah.
Should we, do we think we have enough time to try and, start over? Or.
Maybe.
It really depends on if you want to keep the stream going to try and get a different ending.
Yeah, I could try to get a different ending, but okay.
Alright. Alright.
Intro.
Alright.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know how to get the what do you call it?
Alright.
Thingamajig. Inspect the desk. Blah blah blah. Paperclip.
Blah blah blah. Exit through the right door.
Under table. Under table.
Hide under the table. Keep.
See if you have the bonus item, you may use it. So, I'm gonna cheat. Bonus item.
I'm gonna cheat.
Okay. You wait for the animatronic to leave, but it doesn't have to be in any hurry. It's just pacing back and forth, even though it hardly matters which one it is. You want to know anyway. You scoot forward excruciatingly slow, half an inch at a time, until you can see its feet. Giant rabbit feet. I thought a rabbit's feet I thought Rabbit's foot was supposed to be lucky, you think. Why you could be here all night? Heads back to the stage to recharge just before 6 a.m. You won't have enough time to fix the light bulbs in the bathroom before your shift ends. And then it's goodbye, employee of the month streak. It's your last week in the job, but you put so many years of your life into it. You had to throw it all away for ruin a perfect record. Suddenly you remember the mobile phone you have. Maybe you can use that somehow. If you call another phone in the restaurant, you may distract Bonnie, or you can call for help. Animatronics aren't supposed to behave like this, and you worry that they'll only get worse if you don't do something. Call the
We
security
can either
office.
call one of the party rooms or call the backstage. Okay, honestly, you know I think it's really funny, Broken. You know I think it's really funny.
What?
What if the bonus item has always been on you the whole time and you just assume that you have to get it from somewhere, but you just didn't realize that the item's been on you from the very beginning and you just never used it? It literally
Yeah,
just occurred to me just now.
I'd have to ask somebody about that because, like, what the hell?
Let's see. We can either call the security office, call one of the party rooms, or call backstage. I feel like first things first, we should probably call the security office.
All right, call the security office.
You
Okay.
pull up the contact list and click on security office. You hear the line ringing, but the office must be too far away for Bonnie to hear it. But Bonnie hears something. He freezes on the other end of the room. You imagine his ears twitching and swiveling around. Then he starts moving, fast, in your direction. He hears the line ringing from the receiver on your mobile phone. You end the call, but he's already on his way and he'll be reaching your hiding spot in seconds. You might be able to distract him if you call somewhere closer. Well, fuck it. Okay, so police probably not that far. No, they're probably not that close to the restaurant. Backstage? Maybe. And the party rooms? I don't know what the fuck the party rooms have.
Hmm.
Let's call backstage. Fuck it. We ball.
You can pull up on the contacts list and click on backstage. You can barely hear the phone ringing in the distance, but it's loud enough to get Bonnie's attention. He runs off toward the sound of it. You keep ringing on your mobile phone and climb out from under the table so you can get to the restroom before Bonnie returns or another animatronic comes after you. As you stand, the line clicks. Someone picked up the backstage phone. You squeeze the mobile phone in your hand and listen, holding your teeth so as to not make a sound. Garbled whispering, the sound of a child crying, and then a deep, distorted voice in a burst of static says, "It's me." If you respond with, "Who are you?" tap here. If you hang up and proceed to the restroom, tap here.
Honestly, considering the fact that hanging up is the boring option, let's choose the more fun option by asking, "Who are you?"
Okay.
Oh, it's right down there. Who
Who
are
are
you?
you?
Static crackles in the receiver, and the line goes dead. The phone is dead too. Shorted out, the battery drained, or something. The screen is dark, the keys no longer respond. It feels surprisingly cold in your sweaty hand. You shake your head. You hear a child laughing, even though the call was disconnected. But there can't be a child here. Not at this hour. You call out, "Hello? Who's there?" The laughter continues, increasing in volume. You can't stand the grating sound of it anymore. You drop your mobile phone and clamps on your hands out over your ears. The sound doesn't lessen at all. It's in your head. It's in you. You start laughing along with it. Even when something grabs your legs and pulls you backward, out from the table, you keep laughing as you are dragged across the dining area and toward the backstage, where an empty animatronic suit awaits you to complete it. Well, fuck, we died again.
Oh, buzzer. God damn it. Okay.
God fucking damn it. Okay.
Bonus item. Security office. Backstage. Oh, you hang up and proceed to the restroom. You step into the men's restroom and shut the door. The anti. Blah, 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 blah. Listen at the door. Grr. And then what's the first light bulb? Blah blah blah. I get this. What the hell? Oh wait, because so yourself take stool. Blah blah blah. Listen at the door again. Hide in the skull. Paperclip. Chewed gum. Open the door. Look outside. It's 4 a.m. Place the second light bulb. Listen at the door. Uh, the hell? Okay, well, I'm gonna use the bonus item here because this is where we get to the office. There it is. If you have the Ford, okay.
honestly, I thought the way to get the bonus item was to like in my head canon. I thought the way you were supposed to get to the bonus item was, you know how like all the way back when you finish up FNAF, when you finish the first night, and you have the option to either check what's behind the poster or answer the phone. What if we head back there and answer who the fuck's on the phone?
True.
Like, I'm just saying, fuck it, we ball. All right, so
Check the phone.
all right, dude, check the phone. The black office phone is dusty, but the handset is smugged. There are smaller smudges on the 1 and 9 buttons. Someone has used it recently. Some people around here know you as the phone guy. Oh my god! Because of your voice messages that are forwarded to new hirees with reminders, tips, and encouraging words to support them during their orientation week. Ironically, you don't use the phone much yourself. You record messages, and management schedules them to go out automatically. They've probably been using the same ones for ages. Maybe you should update before you go. A faded scrap of paper taped to the phone has been handwritten. Lists of extensions of various locations from around the pizza place. Backstage, parts and service, dining area, party 1 and 2, Pirate Cove, another numbers by their voicemail. The red light continues blinking on the front of the photo. Someone has left you a message. Alright, so if you call backstage, dial the extension. If you call home, dial a number. If you call voicemail, dial a number. Check the next page to see if there's any other options. Just
Nope.
oh, those are the only 3 options we have left. Okay, buddy. Should we check the voicemail?
Sure, buddy. Call the voicemail. Oh, oh. Okay, no, that's not it. Oh no.
I think it's the blinking red light, I believe.
Blinking red light captures your attention. You don't remember whether it was there when you returned to the office or not, whether it appeared while you're tidying up, but you assume it's on any message sent by the system, but you can't quell your curiosity about it. You pick up the receiver and push the flashing red button, which automatically dials voicemail. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza answering service. Please enter your 4-digit access code at the sound of the beep. Beep. The 4-digit voicemail code. Tap the cheer. We don't have the code. Hang up. I think the
If you
code
do
was
have the
2014. I think that was.
I believe so. All right. So let's just do the old thing and go. That's right. We're gonna cheat. If you have the 4-digit code, tap to answer. Oh, and it's just down there. You enter the code and are prompted to press 1 and to listen to a new message. You do so. And the message begins playing. It takes you a minute to realize you're listening to your own voice. Hello, welcome to your first security shift. I'm taping this message to help you get set on your first night and prepare you for the new and exciting career path. First, here's a greeting from management. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a magical place for kids and grown-ups alike, where fantasy and fun come to life. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for damage to your property or person. Upon discovery of damage or if death has occurred, a missing report will be filed within 90 days, or as soon as property and premises have been thoroughly, you hang up. You know the rest. It's strange to listen to recording yourself, especially one from so long ago. If you remember correctly, your daughter had just been born. A big reason why you couldn't take the night shift yourself at the time. One of your employee perks is family discounts. For some reason, you've never brought Copila here. Not even on bring your child to work day, especially not then. You sounded so young, so naive. You wish you could talk to the guy and hand him some tips instead of the reverse. Strange that the system sent an over recording. Must be a glitch.
Okay. Uh, uh, I'm gonna backtrack because I want to get that canon ending. Oh, the ballpoint pen. My goodness. Oh my god.
Oh my
Dude,
god, guys, a ballpoint pen. Oh my
dude,
god.
under the stall. No, I want to go outside. Second light wall. Oh my god. Listen at the door. Bonus item. I have the 4-digit code. No, don't have a 4-digit code. No, because then, goddamn it. It's like at the beginning.
Me when it's the beginning of the story.
Bonus item, there it is. It called the security call backstage. I think call one of the party rooms. Call one of the party rooms instead. Hold the contact list and
Alright.
click on Party Room 2. The line rings in the mobile phone's receiver, and then a second later you hear a ringing phone from the far end of the dining area. Bonnie freezes right in front of the table hiding under. You think he's somehow found you, but he turns and is gone. His footsteps recedes and he heads for the party room's north of your location. Put the phone tightly as it continues to ring. You're with the phone, trying to keep your hand from shaking. Your plan worked, but it won't take long for Bonnie to realize that no one is in the party room. They'll come looking again. Do not waste this opportunity. Proceed to the restroom. Okay, bro. Oh, oh, oh. I don't think we're gonna get it, because I don't know how. What the fuck? Oh, if you have the bonus item, you may use it, bro. Okay.
Okay, buddy.
I don't even think it's here. What the fuck? What time is it actually? 10 o'clock?
It is 11 p.m. for
10
me.
o'clock. 10 o'clock.
No, Freeman, you fool. It is 11
Oh, whoops.
for me. Whoops.
Yeah, I don't think I can go for another ending tonight. What the fuck?
Alright. I see.
Uh,
Well, I will say that this has been a very fun experience, actually. Haven't done one of these choose your adventure stories in a long time. And plus,
true.
if there is going to be a next time, I do hope to see what the rest of the oh
Uh, it's
so
looking like this is gonna be your last night. It's some consolation that you'll continue on in some way through your daughter, yes, but also through your legacy here at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. You might even end up saving someone's life one day through those recordings for the next person who should sit in this chair, whoever that poor soul may be. Do you have any last words? Maybe something that could help succeed where you failed? Don't overthink it. You dial the number for the recording system and start talking. Hello, hello. Hey, realize I never left a message for them last night. This will be sent on what, their fourth night? Hey, wow, day four. I knew you could do it. Hey, listen, I'm not be around to send you a message tomorrow. Animatronics are banging at
I'm gonna
both
use the
doors.
bathroom.
Don't do that now.
Oh, wait. I'm not supposed to? I should.
Yeah, because I'm gonna end it after this.
Oh,
Animatronics are banging at
alright.
both doors. They're obviously getting agitated. They probably don't even want you to make this recording. It's been a bad night here. Bang, 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 bang. For me. I'm kind of glad that I recorded my messages for you when I did. Hey, do me a favor. The banging gets louder and doesn't stop. You keep talking over it. Maybe sometime you could check inside those suits in the back room. I'm gonna try to hold out until someone checks. Maybe it won't be so bad. Will they do it? Will the next security guard return the favor and try to save you? Will it make a difference? I hope this isn't the end, but having lived through it almost 5 nights at Freddy's, you know the deal. Your replacement won't understand what you're saying, or they won't believe you either until it's too late. Maybe the animatronics won't even give the opportunity to leave the security office. Definitely more aggressive tonight, as if something has changed. Maybe you've changed them through your interactions with them this week. Some legacy. I always wonder what was in those empty heads back there. A chime sounds behind you. What is that? You know. You turn around thinking Foxy has reared himself, but then you see what's behind him. Freddy Fazbear. Something moans. Is it you? Oh no. The animatronics scream, all of them. The doors in the office pop open and the camera feeds cut out. The monitor spews static, and snow dances across the street. The phone gun goes dead. When you come to, how? It's dark. You can't move your head, but you see two small eye holes. You can't just make out what appears to be the repair shop behind the stage. I'm okay, you wonder? Something smells bad. It might be you. It's me. Why can't you move your head, your hands? I'm not okay. All your choices have led you here, and now you're out of options. The only thing you can do is wait.
The
That was
end.
that was the night for phone call. Be here in the game.
Manifested.
Oh, oh. Say your goodbyes.
Oh, shit. Well, for all the people who stuck through this stream to the very end, I just wanted to say thank you so much for sticking with us the entire time for this occasion. And like I said, if you want to check out more of my content, you can find me at Rolfsville. It's my current main channel where I post a bunch of furry comic nonsense that I think a lot of you might just end up liking. Like I did when I first discovered all this stuff. And I want to thank Broken again for having me join him for this occasion. And I look forward to next time, which I'm sure you are too, Broken.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other comments before we end the stream for the evening?
Uh, I do, but that's when you're gonna leave. It's for the my upcoming plans.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna be signing off, folks, for the night. Like I said, I'm very thankful to be on here, and and if I ever show up next time, you will definitely know it because I'm a dog, and Broken isn't. Until then, good night, folks, and check out my channel. I guess I promise I'm working
Ooh,
on something big for next time around, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to like it. Till then, peace out, guys.
I I will see you guys later. Did you know that yesterday I had an earthquake happen and it shook my entire building I live in? Thank you guys for watching. I didn't expect to do the same exact ending, but but I am going to be doing a video related to this novel, and I am going to be recording the first part of these, big theories, and I will definitely give, credit where credit is definitely due, where it's definitely needed. And I am hoping to get somebody, a theorist, to explain their own theories on my channel, at least in like in like, or I don't know. I'm still thinking about that, but like, thank you guys for watching. Um, I probably won't post as much because I'm currently going through. Uh, I just have like a lot of stuff happening for the next 6 weeks, so it would probably just be at least like one or two shorts for the month because I want to focus on my mental health and my physical health. So yeah, expecting Eternal Nights stream to happen sometime soon though, just just so that we don't leave that unfinished. And maybe a FNAF 3 stream whenever that is, probably in April. Like, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys, and this is the sign that I am going to be doing another channel rework. So watch out for that. I will probably make a YouTube post about it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I had fun. I haven't talked this much. I'm not really a talker in real life. Like, I haven't talked this much, so I need to calm down with my throat. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next YouTube post, YouTube video, maybe in another video that's on my channel. But like, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.